Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Sorry, I missed the cue right there.
Yeah, sorry, it's okay.
My bad for being a little bit late. My name's Ultra David. This is the Tuesday show.
And I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?
Yeah, you know, sometimes it happens. We live in a city called Los Angeles that unfortunately has more traffic than many.
Yeah, exactly. So
sometimes you're here 20 minutes early and sometimes you're here 5 minutes late.
What the heck is going on with my XSplit over here?
Are we
I
still
think
on?
they can hear us, but I think the camera is just not active or something. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Have they actually been hearing us this whole time? Yeah, okay. I guess they have been hearing us. Okay. So, all right. I won't try pushing it that way ever again.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's talk about Texas Showdown. We'll talk about the Mortal Kombat 11 Summit of Time. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about a few different topics in 5.5. Actually, we got a few things lined up this time.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Exactly.
Got some tiers talk. We'll talk about a bunch of cool game news. Mm-hmm, a lot of stuff, actually, to talk about in terms of game news.
Yeah.
And as well as some community stuff. So, let's begin with Texas Showdown, which we both attended.
Yes. So, same speech that I always give about Texas Showdown. You know, just really happy to see the kind of growth that it had this year. It's a legit tournament, right? It's run by Javi, who's been part of the fighting game community for almost as long as I have. I mean, the guy is, you know, we're all around the same age and everything. And, you know, Texas Showdown was one of the big events before. It is Javi and Chris Cho are doing a great job bringing it back to that degree. And it went from 500 entrants to 700 entrants this year, a growth of 40%.
Yeah.
And he even said he was expecting maybe a 15% growth, but it was 40%. So word is spreading that it's a fun tournament. It's a fun location, well-run tournament. And I'm happy to see that it's getting the kind of rewards, you know, that I feel like it should get.
It's such an important area to have a good tournament in. Like, there's so many people in Texas, and Houston itself is one of the biggest cities in the country. So to have a major in that area is just like important geographically, right? And I'm really glad that it's fulfilling that role. I was also really impressed. So Houston had terrible rain on Thursday night and a little bit of Friday. And some people's flights were canceled or delayed very drastically. They had to bus in, all this terrible stuff. There was flooding in southern Houston. And in the area where we were, there wasn't flooding. But on one of the nights, maybe Saturday night, a pipe burst.
Oh,
There
was flooding indoors.
Right. So after all that crazy weather, a pipe burst. And it happened to burst like near where the tournament was running.
Yeah,
the classic games were being run there.
I think Third Strike Grand Finals was going on at that point in time. You know?
So that sucks, and then obviously it has nothing to do with the tournament or even the hotel. Like, it's just crazy weather, you know.
Right.
But what I was really impressed with was that happened, and then 30 minutes later of moving all of the stuff to another room and getting the scene, getting the players like to figure.
It was backup?
It was backup?
Yeah.
I mean, that is good organizing right there. That's fantastic organizing, because something's going to happen. It's not usually that a pipe bursts due to drastic weather, but it did this time, and they figured it out.
It happened to NCR before, too.
Oh, yeah,
So, you know, I definitely had my hotel room flood.
That's right, that's right. But yeah, it's a very nice hotel, and like I said, just crazy weather. So the way that they dealt with that, I was very impressed by.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Just in general, they run a great tournament.
I mean, you know, it's this seems to happen every year we go to Texas Showdown, right? It's the same story every single time. We go there, we're having a great old time. Everybody that I commentated with, like Ebonic Plague and Alicia and a bunch of other people, this was their first Texas Showdown, and they were like, man, I'm having a great time. This is fantastic. It's a great tournament and everything like that. Then you talk to Javi, and you're like, how's everything going? He's like, man.
Yeah.
But you always know that a tournament it's well run when you don't feel like anything's going wrong, but then the TOs are just like, just let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that just means that they've been, you know, you're not seeing the problems, that they're squashing them, and you aren't seeing the problems.
Whenever a tournament organizer asks me how an event went, I always say, from my perspective, it went well, because I know that from their perspective, a bunch of wild crap happened. It's just,
exactly.
That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
I had a blast at Showdown. This was the first tournament that I played casuals at since 2012. 2012, which was the year that I stopped competing.
And that was mostly just because of the hand
Entirely
problem,
because
right?
of the hands. Yeah.
But you said that you've been doing a lot more physical therapy. You're
Indeed.
Getting better control over everything.
Yes, I'm definitely doing physical therapy. I came directly here from physical therapy.
So you got
I've been doing that every week.
Get to body a bunch of people in Mortal Kombat 11 at Texas.
I wouldn't say I bodied anybody, but I did respectably against players who almost made top 8, and I was really happy about that, you know? I was really happy about that.
See, that makes me feel better about myself getting beat up by you, see? Because
Yeah.
you're tournament level.
You're
You're like 9th through 16th worthy here,
Wow.
you know?
We'll
so there you go.
We'll see. Yeah, no, it was really great. I was really happy with it. And
Which means I might be like 17th through 32.
dude, honestly, I mean, no, I'm not even joking. You are better than you think that you are. I mean, seriously.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, that's something that I will remember like forever because it was just
It was fun to play.
very
again,
fun
right?
and important.
Because I mean, even at other events, like I'll play like Super Turbo Casuals and stuff like that, and you don't even do that as much. Right?
I have occasionally played Super Turbo Casuals, Third Strike Casuals, but in terms of like modern games,
Okay.
I haven't done it since 2012.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I was very happy with that.
I'm happy.
Me too. And everybody got to talk with. Had a great time.
Yeah. So, and also another thing too, you know, there's something about being in the fighting game community for so long that makes Javi really kind of understand where the FGC kind of is growing, where it's struggling, et cetera, because not only did I feel like there was a lot of games, it was well run, et cetera, but from a commentary standpoint as well, I love the fact that he flies out people like Sammy, like Alicia, like Ebonic Plague, a bunch of up-and-comer commentators, and has them do some major roles. I mean, Alicia and Samfish did top 8 for Tekken. I think great. Alicia also did top 8 for Soul Calibur.
I watched that.
You know, so he gives a lot of those opportunities, and you know, I say this because he always gives me Tekken. He gave me Tekken semifinals this year. Like last year, I was like pools only, please, and he only gave me pools. But this year, he gave me the semifinals, and you know, I felt like that went really well.
That's great,
I was, like,
man.
Really happy. So, you know, like I said, I'm really. Javi has that great understanding of the FGC because he's been in it for so long, and it's what he loves. You know, so.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the stream, I thought it was funny because, like, he jumped on the mic with Yipes and he just said, Capcom, I want that Premier spot. TWT, I want that Master spot. And they have definitely have my backing for that. I think I could vouch for them for sure. So.
Yeah, I highly agree with that. Yeah.
Oh, Shayon, like, I would have loved to do MK11 commentary. I'm not sure I was ready for it yet, but I've been... We'll get into this in a little bit.
Okay.
But I've been cracking out on this game.
Mortal.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to be pretty dang well-versed in this game if I keep going at the rate that I am right now.
And speaking of Mortal on Switch, I mean, just traveling to and from Showdown with Mortal Kombat in my hands was amazing. Like, it came up so many times when I found out some new tech. So, okay, we go upstairs and try it out on the Switch. Or, like, what's the frame data of this or that?
Right.
Try it out on the Switch. Flying back from Showdown, I found new combos for my character. Like, it's
Dude, the
so
best
useful.
was, like, we learned this new tech. We couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
You confirmed it while you were downstairs, and I was still in the room. You texted me about it. I tried it out and texted you, and, like, we were, like, and I was just sitting there doing it on the Switch all day, and it's so convenient. Oh, my
very,
God.
very cool. So if you are somebody who travels often, I mean, whether for events or not, but if you travel often and you like Mortal Kombat a lot, I really recommend it. I mean, it's the same way like with BB Tag. Like, you know, any fighting game that has a version on the Switch and you are somebody who travels and you play that game, it's so useful. So useful.
Dude,
the frame rate's great for Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch. I haven't had any problems with that. The graphics are not great.
Yeah, the graphics are not great, but while I'm playing, I don't even notice. I don't even care. I'll tell you this, the menu screen looks like butt. Okay?
It's a butt.
The menu screen is like I am watching a real media video from the 2000s that is horribly compressed, okay? I'm not even going to lie. It looks like butt, but when I'm playing it, like, and I'm just testing things, like I am just testing all sorts of things, and it's fantastic. So I've even heard that some people are playing it on their PS4 with the Switch in front of them with the menu open to like frame data and stuff like that, so they could just sit there and have the information right there.
Yes. So. And I didn't do it on commentary this time. There's another website that I can talk about later that has frame data up. But I did see watching the summit that Wonder Chef had it with him, and he was checking it out. So seriously, it's very useful.
So good.
It's very useful.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, I have read. I think Org just posted that there's an extra frame of lag if you have it docked.
Oh, really?
But
okay.
Why would you play Switch docked? I like don't get it.
And if you are, you're playing Mario or you're playing Zelda,
no, of course,
right? But
you would just be playing on your PlayStation or PC,
right? Exactly.
Right? Like,
so it's really good.
The thing about Switch is that you can carry it around with you.
Dude, it's so good. To
me, anyway.
It's so good.
Yeah. So. Anyway, we're not getting paid, but
I'm down to shill the Switch all day, dude.
For sure.
It's so good.
So the tournament itself was a CPT ranking event, and it was on the Arc Revo World Tour,
as well as the Tekken World Tour as well.
So I looked for that and couldn't find that info, but I'm glad to hear that it was.
Okay. I thought because I remember seeing it on the logo, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So there you go. Oh, PSP, man.
Let's talk about the results. Start with Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Winner was JB. JB Rashid. Second
Dominating,
place,
by the way.
NuckleDu. Yeah.
So what's funny about that? So you said in second place NuckleDu, right?
Yes.
So NuckleDu beat third place Dual Kevin. Shout outs to Dual Kevin. Pretty soundly. He kind of blew up his Rashid, and then JB came and blew up NuckleDu. Right, 3-0 in grand finals, and just won it straight up. And NuckleDu went Guile, Mika, Guile, and none of them worked. Then JB said that they played casuals right afterwards, and NuckleDu beat him 10-3. And he was like, "What have I learned?" You know.
Yeah.
So but hey,
you learn not to do that next time. I'll tell you that.
Sometimes you get into that hot streak, and it's the adrenaline, it's the moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes time just slows down when you're in that heated moment. So hopefully JB doesn't take that too harshly.
No, But so I did go back and watch. I didn't watch Street Fighter. I had other stuff that I needed to do at the time. But I did go back and watch later.
Okay.
And first of all, I noticed who were we talking with that mentioned the sweep against the V-Skill.
Oh yeah. It was Mono or Sebastian. It was Mono. Yeah.
And that was impressive.
Yeah. It would be super far.
Super
I was
far.
like, what?
But yeah, the way that he reacted afterward, his face was like slowly coming to grips with the fact that he had won.
After he won, he was like,
yeah. There were like these little pings of like a smile, beginning, and then it went away, and it was like this weird,
Yeah, I saw some tweets that were like, "Come on, JB, pop off or something."
That's the guy.
Yeah, I know.
That's JB.
He's not gonna pop off. So
yeah. Anyway, Du got second with Guile, Mika, Cammy, G, and Nash.
Yeah, he played everybody. But shout outs to Dual Kevin. We have been talking him up a little bit on the SF League recaps that we've been doing and stuff. And honestly, getting third place, I mean, this is a breakout tournament for him, I think, in my opinion.
For sure. No, for sure. Yeah, I think that's really, really great. It was cool because how many people were in top 8 from Street Fighter League? There were all 4 on winner's side and 1 in loser's side.
Yeah. Who got second place?
Yeah, NuckleDu. So JB, NuckleDu, Dual Kevin, Shine, Chakotay, then K-Brad got 5th, and Cereblast got 7th, and Problem X got 7th.
Yeah, and Cereblast.
So they got top 5.
Yeah. Oh, did they get all top 5? You're right, they did. Holy crap. Okay. But shout outs also to Cereblast. I feel like he played super well. I was really, really happy for him as well. So
Agreed. It was a pretty packed event. I mean, 9th were Toy, Ricky, Danslip, Brian F.
Yeah.
Nephew, CJ Truth.
Poor Brian F, dude. 2 super heartbreaking losses, man. That guy wears stuff on his sleeve, man.
For sure.
Man. But it was funny because after the semifinals ended, I went to go find him to give him a hug, but he had disappeared already, right? Because and I tweeted at him, I was like, I was looking for you to give you a hug, and he was like, no hugs, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nobody refuses a hug from me. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, take the hug. And Brian was like, all right, okay, maybe. And then when I saw him on finals day, I gave him a hug. So
what did he say?
No, he was like, all right, okay.
Okay,
good. And I gave him a hug, and he was like, okay. And I just kept telling him, I was like, dude, don't even worry about it. I know you don't want to hear you did good. I was like, but don't worry, dude. You got top 8 at final round. I was like, you're performing really well in this game that's impossible to be consistent at right now. So, yeah.
That's a good point. Tekken 7 results. Winner 2 years in a row was RB Anakin.
I mean, he just came off of Northwest Majors winning, and now he's won here. So he actually had to beat NG Obscure, who put him in the losers and winners final. So he came back and beat him 2 sets in a row.
Okay,
so,
wow, sick.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
he had to do the reset.
Very cool. jchensor third.
That always confuses me every time I see it on the screen.
What's that?
Because it looks so similar to jchensor when I first look at it.
I suppose. Then NeoX, TMF Sokobi, BXA Riza, DL4 Wood, nice work. And Core, Jack 7, that's right, you guys are telling me. And Crow got 9th also.
Yeah, the old school in there. But then
shout
outs to all the other crews out there too. There was a bunch. It was like, I forgot, it was like Texas Tekken, and then there was like Set X or something. There was a bunch of different crews there.
Texas.
Yeah, and they're just, God, these guys were cheering for their boys and everything. And 9th place also shout outs to Antagonist as well.
Yeah.
18 years old. 18 or 19 years old. Really young guy. Super nice. Like in between sets, in between the matches, he would always like fist bump the guy with this big old smile on his face and everything. It's really, really cool. So.
Alrighty, Mortal Kombat 11 winner 2 years in a row. TSS Deoxys with Garrus. I mean, it wasn't 2 years in a row, I guess, but it was Injustice 2.
It
was the NRS game,
The NRS game. I mean, he almost made it look like it was a Sonic Fox situation.
Seriously, he lost, if I recall correctly, 2 games the whole tournament. 2 games. It was a blow up.
What is Ace King Offsuit apologizing to us about?
I have no idea.
Why are you apologizing? Dude, Ace King Offsuit, you never need to apologize to us, dude. You are always in the clear.
Yeah, Deoxys looked like he was the best. He was using Garrus, and so Garrus won a tournament. I was wondering if Garrus would actually win a tournament by himself, because I feel like oftentimes when people are like worried about a character, it doesn't actually end up winning a tournament by itself.
Because everyone studies them.
Yeah, right? or aren't interested in using it or whatever, right?
Okay, gotcha. He said they ran 10, 15 minutes long. But
who knew?
Yeah. It's okay. We started 10 minutes late.
Watch.
We started 10 minutes late, so it's fine. Yeah, so
it's all good. All good. Cusco got second with Sonya. He looked very strong. He was doing the hard Sonya combo, the low in the corner, which is 2-frame link. Then
baby.
King Gambler got third with Scarlet and Dvora. So he actually won 2 games with Dvora in losers finals.
That's what he was making the comeback with.
Yes.
And I did check. The meter burn stabby stab is -4 on block.
It's -4. Okay.
The regular one is definitely punishable.
Is it?
The
meter just
burn.
Knowledge,
meter burn stabby stab. Well, he could have been thinking it was like the Scorpion chain, where you're like, he's gonna meter burn it, so you're just blocking, and then he does it, and you're like, whoops.
That's maybe.
What do you want to call that? I'm trying to figure out what that mix up. Am I gonna finish my string or not mix up? I keep calling it the continuation mix-up.
Timing mix-up?
I'm calling it the continuation mix-up right now.
That's a pretty long word.
It's a terrible word because it's so long, right? I just want to have a word for it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if anybody else in the chat. No, but see, stagger is taken up by the fact that there are moves that hit people that put them in like 35. Like, you get a hit advantage of 14 where they can block and you can keep hitting them. So staggers have been used for that. Like, this move is a good stagger, so I can keep pressuring.
That's true.
String mix-up, because it's also a cancel mix-up.
Oh, man, I love Riz Hall's The Burnies. That's what it's all right.
But no. But see, sometimes it's just normals, right? Like Kung Lao forward 1-1 or forward 1. Because like I just found out Kung Lao's where he does the kicky kick and then kick that thing.
No, I don't.
Well, a lot of people use it, and the first one is -9, the second one is -12, but few people punish the -9 because they're just blocking it and they're expecting the rest, etc. So there's got to be a good term for that. So commit mix-up.
Commitment, yeah, maybe, yeah.
kick, yes. I mean, dude, I'm surprised you don't know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as you hear that.
I think I just haven't labbed that character or faced him enough. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought it was cool that Gambler got third. He plays primarily Zoni type characters, so he did most of that work with Scarlet. It was cool. Then you had Ominous and Splash, who's an up-and-comer, Handy Savage, Poser Paul, and Maddox, who played Garrus and Baraka. I mean, there was a good-ish character variety. There were 3 people who used Garrus. But other than that, you had Sonya, Scarlet, Dvora, Jax, Katana, Cetrion, Scarlet, Jackie, Scorpion, Noob Saibot, Cabal, and Baraka. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Sorry.
It was a lot of fun.
There we go.
Texas has a lot of strong players, so very cool to watch.
Yeah, in every game too.
Yeah,
they've always had a strong scene of
30
players.
million people there. So.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
So I guess that's a decent number.
Oh, 30 million? Yeah, we got a few more than that, buddy. We got like a third more. BB Tag, top 8. Winner was Shinku with Yang Ruby. He had LTL with Ruby Gord after that. Iceropia got third with Wald Tager. That was cool. Chan got 9th. That was bummed, but that's all good. Iceropia plays big boys as well. Soul Calibur 6, Linkors won it. He had to make a comeback in grand finals.
Yeah. Who did he beat?
He beat Blue God.
Blue God, who took him out at NCR.
Okay.
So that was revenge there.
Okay.
I just want to say...
Geralt and Siegfried.
I just want to say, as a Killick player, and the fact that I really, really hate fighting Siegfried, every time I see Party Wolf play against Linkors, he uses like Xianghua, or now he tried Grow.
Okay.
I feel completely vindicated
That's
here.
Hilarious.
Okay. I had a lot of vindication this tournament. We'll get to it a little bit. All right. We'll get a little bit to more.
So Kano PR got third with Zasalamel. And Mona was telling me that, so he's a Puerto Rican player, as the name suggests. And apparently he was a super top, like national level top player in Caliber back in the day. Oh. And he just like decided to go to this. And he got third.
Dude, sometimes.
And Mona was like, "Oh, you're here?" It was like,
oh yeah. Oh dang, okay.
So shout outs to them.
There you go, dude. When you got it, you got it, dude. I mean, like I said, with Crow and Core, I'm like super happy for them, still placing high right now. So
yep, very cool. Under Night was won by.
That guy, sad face.
Let's do it.
Byakuya.
And second place was.
I feel like I know the inside joke to this.
It's not lead speak. I mean, it's too wild for that.
F6Z QYGETI 2YQLRU3. I feel like that was I think that was a giveaway code for the game or something like that. I think there might be like someone who keeps entering as a giveaway code or something. Yeah, it is a Steam code. There you go. It is a Steam code.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What a nicey.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny.
Dragon Ball Fighters was won by Chris G with Team Gohan, Tien Yamcha.
Yeah, a lot of people were hype about that Team Gohan that he played. I think it was just Gohan.
Team Gohan, Tien
Oh,
Yamcha?
Team Gohan, not Team Gohan. I thought he played like a... Oh, I'm thinking of Goku, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I don't really know.
Echo Fox to Kill Sage got second with Bardock, Broly, Goku. Hooking God got third, Super Neen fourth.
Oh, yeah, he is always at Wednesday Night Fights. Yep. Okay. That's why I remember seeing that before. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Gale Tiger Xrd, Rev 2, was won by Teresa Wichamp.
Teresa.
Kid Viper Johnny, Bjorn Son of Bear third, Peppery Splash fourth.
Yeah.
Dang, then Hamad.
I mean, that's a strong top four.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looks like a really good tournament. I mean, the whole thing, right? Hamad, then Mystic Fu, Senzen.
Yeah.
Marlon Pie got 9th, so did Kizzy K, Abigail, and Lost Soul.
9th. Dude, yeah.
Beautiful dude got 13th.
Marlon Pie, Kizzy K, Abigail, Lost Soul in 9th place is like
ridiculous.
Is like the top 4 at another tournament.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, that's kind of nuts. Texas has always been
anime scene.
Yeah. Oh, God, it was so good.
Elian Wajube won BBCF. You had Hype won Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with Greninja. Getting 5th place was EGNY Chris G.
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to B Zerk about it, and he said that he was just absolutely flummoxing a bunch of Smash players because they're so used to the like Fox and dashing around, and then Chris G is just throwing stuff and spacing and playing this super neutral, and he said like a lot of the people just couldn't handle it.
That's Richter though, right? Isn't that what Richter does anyway?
I mean, I think some people also kind of go nuts with Richter as well. Okay. So, but I think that's really
I feel like
funny,
there's a lot of zoning in this game, but all right.
Yeah, no, Teresa and Omito. Well, Omito's winning everything in Japan. I feel like Teresa's coming out to America and taking all of our money over here a lot of the time. Oh no, that's right. He just won something in Japan or in Asia recently. I forgot what it was. If you can remind me, High Fight. But yeah.
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Chris G had better be careful before someone throws a crab at him.
Oh jeez.
Oh, it was the EU tournament. I think it was Head Stomper or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's Crispy. I feel like I see Olimar and Snake and General Zoning Style a lot in that game now.
Okay.
Anyways, ST was won by C Vital with Dalsum and Chun. And Forcer second with Ryu and Old Ryu.
Sent to loser's bracket in the first round.
That's wild.
Yeah, and made it all the way back.
Very impressive. Jumpsuit Jesse got third with Ryu, Fei Long, and Guile.
Let's go, old man.
How much did he play Fei?
Every time it was just matchup dependent. Like if he ran to Old Sagat, he was like Ryu. Like he just wasn't going to use Fei Long in that matchup.
I feel like if you do that, you're just going to mostly not play Fei Long.
He mostly played Ryu.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. He played a lot of.
Okay. I mean, I know people think Fei is better now than they used to, but still.
Dude, Jumpsuit Jesse is as old school as you can get,
years
dude.
Old.
Yeah, he was part of the old school ST crew, man. So.
Wasn't he in some of the pictures that Gerald brought over?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, that's from mid-90s. So, Anyway, third strike was won by Yuki with Yun, Tommy Two-Step, Chun.
Yuki of Family Fun, originally Family Fun, and now in Dallas, but he's also the world yo-yo champion.
Right. Yeah. This is a legit tournament. It was on Jazzy Circuit.
Yeah, it was part of the Jazzy
Chris
Circuit.
Chris out there with Chun.
He
also
came out specifically to win that. In fact, he was the one who sent Enforcer to losers in ST.
What?
Yeah. But he was only practicing for this because he wanted that Jazzy Circuit spot.
Shout to that. Vampire Saviors won by Dine with Jeddah. Third place, VAG Granny Butthole with Sasquatch.
Jesus.
Nice work.
Okay.
Marvel Infinite was won
it's
by
not
Joel
as good
Kevin.
as Drew Barry most, though.
Yeah, it was. I can't even tell you. I was so disappointed. I
could feel the seething from your Facebook post, dude. I swear. Anyways, keep going.
Killer Instinct was won by Base with Spinal, Mira, and Cinder. Nikki second, Fulgore Mira.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Calypso after that was Sadira.
But who won MVCI?
Oh, Dual Kevin.
Stealth
got second.
Oh, Chris G at fourth. Okay.
Cool. Oh yeah, Iron Guy was there. That's right. He got fifth place. CVS 2 was won by Sonic O, A Groove, Blanca Vega Bison.
Okay.
Sonic Boom second place, K Groove. Akuma Sagat Blanca. Okay. Yeah, a little curveball in there. K Groove Akuma. It's not something you see very often.
Alpha 2, huh?
Alpha 2 won by EG. NY Chris G was Sagat.
Okay.
Big fight for a second.
Yeah.
Drew Barry most. According to Jabali, that's the best gamer tag he's seen in a long time.
I mean, with guys like Fart Boner out there,
first of all, there's obviously it's not the best one, but like,
yeah.
All right, we're moving on. Disappointed in him.
This is the closest we're gonna get to getting David emotional on the Tuesday show. You're almost having a James Chen moment here.
It's making me question a lot of things.
That's funny. It's like my best friend, like he's the biggest Star Wars fan, right, and everything, but he like doesn't get emotional. He's usually pretty good. And then one point in time, someone said they knew more about Star Wars than he did. And dude, you should have seen him. Like I've never seen him get that mad in my life.
Nice.
Oh,
well, anything else to say about Showdown?
There was something else I wanted to add, I think. No, I mean, it's a good tournament. It's a good tournament. So if you guys consider it, and like I said, clip this, put this out on Twitter or whatever, but I definitely want to vouch for them. One of the main reasons why I keep saying I feel like CPT needs to add another tier above rankings, is for Texas Showdown so they can get something more than just a ranking event, or just make them a premier. Just take that spot from one of the other tournaments, I mean, I'm just saying. It had 700 entrants, right?
Yeah.
Frosty Faustings is like the fourth largest with 1,000 entrants or so. So I feel like it's just right there anyway.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it's top 5, but if it's not, it's like just outside of that.
Yeah, exactly. In North America, and it's growing. It's only growing. So there you go.
Okay.
Oh, were you there, Crispy?
Dang.
Dang.
Yeah, no, it wasn't something like you couldn't go. I think you said a tweet about it.
He said he couldn't make it? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 500 last year, 700 this year. That's a growth of 40%. That's very impressive. Very few tournaments can get that kind of growth on a year-to-year basis.
And Riz Hall is right, too, that if it was a premiere, it would have even more.
Yeah. So I mean, because I remember talking to a bunch of guys at the last premiere, and Punk and... No, it was at OC Goodwill. Punk and all those guys were like, I'm not going to go to Texas Showdown because I just want to rest a little bit more. A bunch of them said that. If it was a premiere, I would have gotten a lot more. Sure. They had over 1,000 attendees.
Okay.
So they had 1,000 attendees, including spectators and stuff like that. So
30% attendees.
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge.
Pretty good.
I mean, spectators among attendees. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's talk about the Summit of Time.
Yes.
The Summit of Time.
Which was basically all of our break.
Right,
all of our breaks,
honestly,
like we're lunch, Summit of Time. You know, walking here, Summit of Time.
Yep.
Take a dump, Summit of Time.
Definitely. Dude. Going to sleep, catching up on archives of Summit of Time. Like it was the whole time for sure.
Pretty much.
It was awesome. Of course, this was the Beyond the Summits event for Mortal Kombat. They, as we mentioned last week, invited out some players. Some players qualified through fan voting, and then two more players qualified by winning tournaments. So a lot of strong players, and they did a bunch of fun stuff. It's not just the tournament itself there, but they also had like a commentators battle. They had a random select tournament.
They had a bunch of the Mafia games as well.
They played Mafia,
So according to Leafer TV, I guess Waz was the Mafia god this time, huh?
I did not watch a single second of it.
Dude, because during the Dragon Ball one, it was Chris Matrix who was the god. Okay. Right? He was the one who called out Yipes and Sajam in the most complete, amazing twist ever. I feel like after they do enough summits, like even from the other games, they should bring all the Mafia gods together and do
All-Stars?
Mafia Summit. Dude, how sick would that be?
Mafia All-Stars
like Chris
would be
Matrix,
ridiculous.
Waz, and then like whoever's in the Smash ones, just get the Mafia All-Stars together. I think that would be amazing,
cool.
dude.
That's genius.
I think they actually are. Oh my god, they do that? Wow.
There was the town, a summit specifically for Mafia. Wow. Okay. Sounds like they preempted
there
you,
we
but I'm
go.
glad that they're doing
there
that.
we go. Great minds think alike, man.
Okay.
So, so I'll say.
I kind of don't care about Mafia, so I didn't watch any because my only time off was like to watch the archives.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Of the actual video game. But, I would watch if there was like a specific thing for it.
The best thing about it, honestly, is you really get to see the personalities of the people involved.
Right.
Like I said, when Chris Matrix called everybody out, and he did it because Yipes always backs him up, and he didn't back him up this time.
Right.
Dude, and Sajam was like, he was the king at that game. Yeah. He had everybody flummoxed, and then Chris Matrix was like, you're too logical. You're saying everything that you should be saying if you were not, he dude, it was
interesting.
It was amazing, dude. Shoot.
Okay. All right. I've never played Mafia.
Yeah, I've never played it either, but it was hella entertaining. I would suck at it. You would be a lot better at it because everything you say would be followed up with a and no one would be able to tell anything.
I feel like I could troll really well, but I think I would also... It would be so hard to resist intentionally screwing up, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I would probably succumb to that.
Okay.
Just knowing myself, that would probably just be like... I would find more personal hilarity in screwing the game up for them than winning it for myself.
See, this is why I don't like playing fighting games.
I really think I might do that. I'm not sure. It's never come up.
I would be like, they'd be like, you're Mafia, James. I'd be like, no, what? What are you talking? Why would you? That's totally illogical, So.
Just kidding. Yeah. All right. Enough about this. Let's talk about. So it's what's cool is that they don't just have this bracket for 16 players and then they're gone, like you see at big tours and whatnot. They had initial group stage where they sorted the players into who's in winners and losers brackets, and then they play the bracket out. So there's a lot of game time that you get to watch. It's very cool. Random versus random. Guess who won it?
The random tournament?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Waz.
Waz got third.
He got third. Okay.
Yeah, Waz is good
but
at
I
this
was
game.
wrong that. KP won the random tournament.
Katana Prime got 13th place.
Oh man. Who would be really good at a random tournament for an NRS game? I mean, are there any players that show up that are magically good at like every character, no matter who it is? I can't think of anybody like that.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's Echo Fox, Sonic Fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
he won the random tournament.
He managed to do it.
Dang, that's impressive, dude. Okay, good job to him.
Good job to him.
Good job to Sonic Fox. Congratulations to Sonic Fox.
For sure. He's an impressive kid.
Yeah.
Guess who won the Mortal Kombat 11 commentator battle?
The commentator battle?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the commentators there.
Okay,
actually, you know what? It's either going to be ketchup or mustard, right?
Dang. Okay, who do you guess?
Dude, you know what? I can't tell Tom and Tony apart half the time, dude. You're going to ask me to guess on this?
Yes!
Since I like ketchup better, ketchup.
False.
Mustard. Okay.
Mustard won it. Wonder Chef got second place.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Ketchup got third.
Okay. Who does Wonder Chef use?
He played Cassie.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Mustard played Kano, who I thought was a butthole, but it looks like he's actually been using him well, so shout-outs to him.
Okay.
Maybe I gotta reevaluate. Anyway, when it comes to the actual Summit of Time...
That's true. Why hasn't anyone called that duo Custard? Like instead of like Tastosis, right? They Custard.
They call them the condiments with the K. Is that good enough?
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I see Custard. That makes sense. You know,
it's that whole combining names thing.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. But then the actual Summit of Time.
Yeah. I get the Custard.
From bottom up, I guess.
All right, bottom up. 13th places. Waz. Tyrant. PXP of Foxy Grandpa. Kung Lao Cassie. BC Honey,
yeah,
we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
but he, I guess, got 13th place, technically speaking.
I mean, technically he got lower than that. So,
if you're DQ'd, you just end up at last, right? I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about it in a bit. 9th places were Noble Tweety with Garrison Baraka. Also PG Hayate, Aaron Black. Forever King with Garrus, Aaron Black, and Shao Kahn. Katana Prime with Katana and Jade. Nice. Then you had, in 7th places, were OTV Happy Pow with Jackie.
Nice.
Nasser Tekken Master with Sonya, Jackie, Baraka. I thought I saw him use Kotal Calm, but I could have been mistaken.
I'm actually surprised. So Tweety didn't even make top 8.
No, it was very disappointing for Tweety. Very disappointing for Tweety.
Wow, okay.
For sure. 5th places, Noble Samij, Katana. And END Scar, Sonya and Aaron Black. 4th was unsponsored DJT with Baraka and like a little bit of Sub-Zero.
Let's go, old men.
Yeah.
Let's go, old men.
I mean, by the way, he's like probably 15 years younger than you. But,
I know, but he's been in
old men comparatively speaking.
Yeah, old men in terms of like I've been playing the game for a long time. Yeah. Veterans. Let's go, veterans. Let's go, veterans. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, for sure. Then DR Gross, also unsponsored by the way. Cassie Cage, 3rd place. 2nd. Also unsponsored, Dragon with Cetrion.
So that means 1st place was Sonic Fox in both of the events?
I know. What are the chances? You would think it's a 50-50, right?
I know, right? Jesus. Man, that guy is kind of silly. You know, there's those players out there that get good at a game right at the beginning, and then they just like disappear after like 3 weeks or something like that, you know?
He's probably
then there's those players who take a while to get really good.
Okay.
Sonic Fox is he's just like, whoop.
He's always on the top.
Yeah,
he's just the fastest to learn and learns the deepest.
He's got both of the things. It's like the Matrix. He just sees things and he's like, that's cheap. And then when he says that, you're like, okay. Yeah. It's like, that's OD. Then you're like, okay, that's definitely OD.
For sure.
You know?
I mean, the reason he's good at so many characters is that he sees a string once in his life and he remembers everything about it.
Right.
What are the situations to use it in? What's the frame data? He will never forget it. In 1,000 years, you ask him, he'll know what it was.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. That is such an important factor in Dead or Alive that maybe because he was raised on that helped a lot. Because Dead or Alive is all about recognizing the strings and where you can counter and all this stuff like that.
I can see that.
I mean, I always remembered Flo telling me that a lot of his stagger offense and stuff he learned from Soul Calibur as a young age, and he's been able to apply it to a bunch of games and stuff. You know, learning DOA might have been a really, because that game you have to recognize every string. You know, whereas in Street Fighter, you're like, this punch just kind of hits over here, it's all good, whatever. You know.
Man, why did I learn the game with parries? That has not been very active in some other video games later.
Hey, come on, MK11, you know, follow this.
Anyway, Echo Fox, Sonic Fox won it. He played Jackie, Aaron Black, and Garrus.
Yeah.
Mostly Jackie, especially in top 8.
He did lose in the stage in the seeding phase group stage to Scar.
Yeah.
So, shout outs to Scar.
Shout outs to Scar.
Yeah, and he got Scar. What did he get over here?
Scar got 5th.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Good job to him.
There
was a lot of Garrus.
He played a lot of Garrus. Yeah, that's true. So it was very interesting to see how the characters all played out. Like, DJT came into it saying he was a sub player, and then basically played Baraka. Like, I would say bone picker through most of the tournament until top 8, and then once he got to top 8, he played mostly Marauder.
Oh, really?
Or maybe all Marauder even.
Okay.
So yeah, that was cool to see. And Cetrion only for Dragon. Interestingly, the only person who had Garrus on the roster who got top 8 was Sonic Fox, and he would have won if he'd been playing anybody. Basically.
Right, yeah.
Whereas Forever King played Garrus a lot, Tweety played Garrus a lot, they ended up in 9th places. This is not to say that I think Garrus is not one of the best characters in the game.
I think Tweety would have did better if he had stuck with Baraka
whole honestly,
way.
I wonder.
No, just kidding.
No, I don't know. I wonder.
Yeah.
Tekken Masters Baraka was alright too. So, technically the person who won played Garrus, but I think other than that, it was not the blow up that some of us had worried about. So, it was a lot of fun to watch and very cool, production values. I loved the little combat codes things. Yeah. They had the intro screen where they all had their stupid poses. They're like Mortal Kombat looking poses that were great. And the little are they called combat codes on the bottom? I forget what the term was from earlier Mortal Kombat.
It was just, I forgot it was some sort of code or something like that.
That did different things, like bring in the players' secondary costumes, different stances.
I don't know. Did they Photoshop them into the Scorpion outfit, or were they like?
They wore them, dude.
Did they
took
actually
2 different
were?
pictures.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that was great, and did other things too, like make the screen like rain sprites and whatnot.
Dude, I also like the fact that they gave every player their own toasty.
That's right.
Yeah, so whenever they did something cool, they would flash that player going toasty, and then it would go away. Yeah,
that was super cool.
Be nice to have that kind of production value,
I mean, there's much criticism of the way that they do their voting,
right?
Because you have to spend money in order to vote. But the reason is they do super cool things, and they have the money to actually do it when it comes to the event itself.
Yep.
So that's what you're paying for, basically. You're not just getting your gear, I guess. You're also getting a cooler event.
Yeah, they have the ability to pay some of these guys to do some cool things. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I thought it was great. Cool to see them just hanging out on the couch, and you got to see. Not the commentators did a good job. On top of that the players got to show their personalities, which I thought was very cool.
Yeah.
For example, DJT is hilarious. If you didn't know, it's a very funny guy. like things like that were really cool. Okay. All right. Anything else to say about Summit?
We'll get to Summit in a little bit. There's a few more things we want to talk about Summit, but we're going to save that in the 5-5, as you can see.
Indeed.
Coming up next. And I don't have it listed up here, but there have been like 7,000... Dude, right? Hanzo Gonzo says it's exactly right. Having your own studio and creative control over the event gives you a lot of cool wiggle room.
Sure.
I mean, you remember when we did Aftershock with Seg,
yeah.
And we knew who the players we were inviting were, so we got to do a lot of cool interviews. We got to have a lot of like little set things that we had, ready to go and stuff. So it helps a lot. That's where the power of the invitational shines. Is when you know who's coming and you have the ahead of time stuff, and then having your own location to do a lot of that stuff. So obviously, even at a normal fighting game event, if we got that kind of budget, you'd have to work with the people that are there and within the schedule and whatnot. So it's
like, for example, at Showdown, they filmed interviews with the players from Mortal Kombat that were intended to be aired on Top 8, and then they just didn't have enough time. So, you know what I mean? Like, they had the production idea, they just, in terms of practicality, just couldn't carry it out.
True story. One Evo, I brought my computer, my video camera, with me so that we could actually record interviews, and I was going to edit them during Evo and put them in front of Top 8. I only finished maybe like a third of them or something like that, and I couldn't get them all done because it took forever, and I literally had a nervous breakdown when I was there. Like, it just killed me. Yeah. It was too much work. And back then, it was a lot harder to get video. Like, nowadays, I just use my phone, and it'd be like, here's the video, and stuff like that. Edit it on my iPhone. Jesus, gotta be so easy. But back then,
story.
Yeah, it's hard to do those kind of things in real time. So.
Yeah, Aftershock was cool. I wish that we hadn't invited a Marvel player to attend who I beat with Hagar before the actual event took place. Because that guy was a bum.
He ended up winning it, I think, wasn't it? So
that was Hanzo Gun.
Yeah, he ended up winning it for like the NorCal at that one point in time. Anyways, it was his moment to shine.
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So other stuff happened. There was Saigon Cup.
Yes.
Took place.
Big event as
guess
well.
Where?
Sonic
Ho Chi Minh
Fox.
City. It was.
Did you even hear what I said?
Yes, I did. It was good. It was good. It was a CPT breaking event. So Street Fighter was won by Roto Tokido with Akuma.
Yep.
And you got Liquid John Takeuchi with Rishi.
Yep.
And CYG Fudo with Birdie and Mika. It's basically one of these crazy lists. You have Bonchan, Sako, Human Bomb, Ujix Tron, Verloren, Jiwa, Oil King, Mizuha, Xiaohai, Gafro, Gamerbee, Today CEO, which is a new one on me, but you know, that's pretty. NL got 17th, so did Mago. Gachikun did, Trashbox did, and Ryusei. Jeez. ZJZ got 25th. You know, it's just a stacked event. Yeah.
Asia events. Yeah, gotta give room.
Yeah. Come on over. So yeah, that's cool.
Oh, dang, she just...
I saw some of the clips from the matches in top 8. They all looked good. KOF 14 was won by WTV Shanghai. ZJZ got second place.
Not a surprise.
What are you going to do? KOF 98, though.
So Shanghai won that
story.
too, right?
Yes.
Okay,
he did.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighters was won by Korean Wrestling Man. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I saw some cool clips from it. Sounded like a good event. Oh, yeah, we forgot to talk about this Honeybee fella.
Oh, weren't we going to talk about it in 5-5 match? Oh, no, I guess we're... Yeah, you had it up here. Okay.
I did.
Yeah, we just... Okay, let's save it for the 5-5 matchup
Well,
then.
Okay, sure. That's a good idea.
We'll just do it. We'll just throw it over.
RoxnRoll Korea.
Mm-hmm. This was an all Tekken tournament.
Indeed it was, and it was a Masters event, no less.
Mm-hmm.
So, big deal.
RoxnRoll.
Almost 200 people. That's pretty great.
This one took place in Korea, right? You just said?
I believe it did, yeah.
And you were the one that pointed out that when the top 8 started, there were no Korean players on the winner's side of top 8, right?
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Lohai made it all the way there, too.
So, winner was Chikarin with Geese and Jin. Lohai got second, as you say, with Shaheen. Picos, third. Fourth, JDCR. Then Abelon Maestro got fifth. So did Noroma. Seventh were Ni and Kelthu.
I mean, to be honest with you, I guess it was a relatively, easy tournament because obviously none of the Pakistani players were there. No, obviously very stacked tournament there, but JDCR in fourth. I mean, he had to play Ni first in loser's side, so that's why Ni got seventh, but man. Yeah,
man, it's not just all about Korea anymore. That's really great. I think that's cool for the scene.
No, it's awesome to see that kind of parity now.
It's like it's probably a bummer if you are Korean and the tournament is in Korea.
Yeah, that's true.
Deal with that. We've been dealing with it in the U.S. forever. So.
Yeah, I know. So no sympathy from us, suckers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's cool. Then you had some ongoing series. If y'all didn't watch the Street Fighter League from the past week, I would suggest doing so. It was a lot of fun. It was actually a good one. All the matches were 3-2 in terms of players. Pretty cool. You had complete reverse OCV by Samurai.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny because for the first 2 weeks, we had been calling Just a Kid the MVP.
Yeah.
And now, after 4 weeks of the pool play, I mean, it's clearly Samurai at this point.
By the way, I saw Just a Kid in the chat earlier, so sorry.
No, I literally said that to Just a Kid at Texas.
Okay.
I was like,
wow.
Yeah, you are clearly MVP for 2 weeks, but look, I gotta give it to Samurai. He was like 100%. He was like, yes, for sure. So
there was definitely. Well, we'll talk about this now. So Punk had to reverse OCV, or I guess win 3 in a row. I don't know if it was.
He just had to win all 3. Yeah.
In order to win it for his team, but there was epic trash talk in that set. That was hilarious. Yeah, the Just My Son bit was genius.
But the hardest thing is, how do you trash talk Punk?
I don't know.
Because,
I don't know.
Anything he says, you're just like, that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. But, Toy had some funny moments, too, in that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's By the way, he took Punk's Karen down to the very final round, and he had 3 match points for himself with his totally bogus birdie versus Karen from Punk.
Dude, Toy and JB played each other at Texas Showdown, and on commentary, I was like, dude, when one of them wins, they're going to ask the other guy, what do you think went wrong?
Yep, definitely. Then in the last one, it was, who was this? Frost beating Spirit, and Nephew had to make the reverse OCV.
Yeah.
This was, dang, I didn't realize until right now, but they were all actually OCVs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was just the one guy. Yeah, that's probably true. Dang, okay.
All right. Well, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Wait, was it? This says Nephew G, and I'm pretty sure it was Colleen.
No, it was Nephew Colleen. It was Nephew Colleen.
Am I reading the right one right now? I am, right?
Yeah, you are. Yeah. It was Nephew Colleen. It was Nephew Colleen. So, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's not far off from the truth, Spab, saying there's no such thing as a bogus birdie.
Maybe. And then the other ongoing one is Mortal Kombat 11 Showdown that ELeague puts on.
Yes.
I mean, this is not really a tournament. It's a different kind of thing. Let me know if anybody watched and has feedback on the format. Let me know, because it's unusual. So the first 3 hours were them playing online and just playing ranked matches, which is what it's been, to try to get the most points. But then the interesting part started in the last hour, where they played against each other, and they got to bet
the extra
their points.
Interesting part, right? The extra interesting
the
part.
most interesting part was where they got to fight against each other and bet their points. And it was like Jeopardy, right? So you can bet however much you want, but you could end up at 0 if you lose, or you could double it at the best. So that did actually happen in one instance, where Destroyer was like 4th overall or something and bet like almost all of his points and lost. So he ended up second to last.
So if you went to 0, does that mean you were done because you had nothing left to bet?
There's only one series of playing.
Oh, okay.
So you only had one match, and then that's what your final was. But yeah, he ended up second to last. Okay. Everybody got money at least, so it's whatever. But
cool.
Yeah.
So is that done,
fun.
or is that
That's ongoing.
Okay, so it's still going to keep going next week. Okay, cool.
So Silver Eye won it. He was definitely blowing up everybody.
All right.
It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know about in terms of who is invited on to the show. I don't have control over that, and they actually have never even asked me for my input.
It's actually different players every week, right?
Yeah, they're trying to do different players every week. The only reason that they had Silver Eye on this week was that he was supposed to be there the previous week, but he had computer problems,
that's right.
So he couldn't be on. Yeah. But this week they brought him back.
When am I getting on there? I'm going to body some people with some bone picker Baraka.
You should try it out, yeah. No, seriously, you should try it out. I mean, I don't know how to do that. Like I said, I'm not sure how they pick stuff.
I'll practice some more. So.
Yeah, I hope that it was a more interesting format for everybody. Cause
you should go in there and play, and then I'll jump on commentary, and I'll just be spending the whole time going, "This character's so cheap."
I'm just gonna be doing back two constantly.
Yeah, I know, right?
See how far the back two train carries me. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully people enjoyed the event. Let me know. It's going to be continuing. It'll be on tomorrow as well at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, and it is ELeague, but it's not on TV, so it's just on their ELeague Twitch, twitch.tv/ELeague, right?
ELeague TV.
ELeague TV, that's what it is. There
yep. All right, those are all the events that I got.
Okay, that was it? I thought there was a lot more.
There were a lot. We went through them.
Yeah, we went through them all. Dang, okay. Yeah. Nice job. All right.
Okay.
Woo! All right. Sorry, no one donated any.
Nobody donated. No woos. Okay.
All right, so then you want to take a quick break?
Yes.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be doing some 5-5 stuff, talking a little bit more about some of the Summit stuff, some other MK11, and some maybe Street Fighter news on the horizon.
Maybe.
We'll see. All right, be right back, guys. So, hey, guys, in the chat, can you let me know, it's warm in here. I've turned on the air conditioner. However, since we are in a new location, the air conditioner should be significantly quieter. So let me know if you guys can hear the air conditioner or not.
It's pretty loud, huh? Are you sure?
Really? Can you hear it?
Really?
It's hella loud. David, stop. Okay. It's a hum, like the engine on the Enterprise. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm surprised that it's so loud. Yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be, so. Oh, shout out to Paratestes. He always waits till the ads to do this, right? I guess he just...
Isn't that just set to like an automatic timer?
I don't think so, is it?
I have no idea.
Know.
Anyway, thanks, Paratestes!
29 months in a row.
That's a lot. Hey, can you give me a fork? Do you have a fork that I could fork with?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I'm about to fork. All right, thank you, Pharaoh, and
Here you go. Just so you can eat your forking shirt.
Oh boy, I'll have you know that I am subbed to multiple channels, but I feel like I'm never watching when it like redoes the sub.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually seen it say like Ultra David subscribes. I don't know.
Shout outs to The Good Place, by the way. It's a great show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Super
Yeah.
show. Have you seen it?
I actually watched a bunch of season 1 because Kentley was into it.
Okay. Yeah, because they have... Oh, he just doesn't want to interrupt the show. Okay, fair enough.
Thanks, fella.
Paratestes.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, because that's where that whole forking shirt thing comes from.
Oh, yeah. All right, is this thing ready to go here? Yes, we are back.
Okay, ready to go?
Yeah.
I mean, DJ Blues, they have an open invitation to come back anytime they want.
Absolutely,
It's just distance.
Yeah.
It's so far for them to get to.
2 hours away at this time of day, basically.
Yeah, I know, right?
To be honest.
Oh, okay. All right, ready?
Yeah. I've come to think it's hilarious when people say that somebody's too Hollywood, because I live in Hollywood.
Yeah, you're the most Hollywood out of
live in
everybody.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm geographically Hollywood Ultra David.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the sign from my house. I'm like 3 blocks away from the Walk of Stars,
Right.
or whatever it's called. I don't know. Is that what it's
Hollywood
called?
and Highland, you're like right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm Hollywood, all right? Nobody's more Hollywood than me.
That's right.
Take that. Just wanted to get that out of the way. And we move on. Let's get to our 5-5 matchup here.
Yeah.
Part number 1.
So, a couple of things. But before we get to the next Summit game, there was that topic we accidentally skipped a little bit.
Indeed.
Which was news that Honeybee got DQ'd from the Summit because apparently he broke the player terms or something like that. And, yeah, he was ejected. And then he wrote a tweet about it. I forgot what he said in the tweet.
Well, there wasn't too much concrete in the tweet. It was basically something to do with another player, and that he and the other player had talked it out, and that they were personally okay now, and that if it were up to that player, there wouldn't have been any disciplinary action, according to Honeybee. But nevertheless, the rules were that he needed to be DQ'd, and so he was.
Interesting. Okay, but we still don't know anything what really happened, right? Could have just been like he farted on his face, or anywhere to like farted in his milk.
Wow.
All
right, you got any others? Are those the two? You're gross. God. You can't believe this guy?
I know, right? This is where my mind always goes.
The old Honeybee fart.
Exactly.
That's what he's known for.
I mean,
James.
whatever happened, I mean, that's kind of strange because Honeybee's always seemed like a really nice, quiet, kind guy to me, right? So
I'm not sure I would say he's quiet, but he's nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't really know what happened. So hopefully. It was nothing serious.
I hope so, yeah, and I hope that it is true that he and whoever the player are cool now.
Right.
It would be a bummer if you had to like travel around and see the same guys every couple of weeks.
He's Canadian. Canadians are always like super nice, right? So they're like the nicest people, eh? All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I mean, look, that's what I understood from his statement. That it wasn't a big deal among the two players. But that nevertheless, it was a violation of Summit's rules, and Summit takes that seriously, which is commendable. Yeah. So they're...
I mean, it's the whole thing of like when someone pauses the game, there's no question about it. The other person can't say, no, let's just keep going, because then it's just like...
That is the rule.
Right, yeah,
and should be applied in that way. Many times is not.
Right.
But is supposed to be the rule.
Right, it's supposed to be the rule, so...
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so yeah, Honeybee farted on DJT's face.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. Yipes did cut off Sonic Fox's head.
Oh, that's right.
That was still one of the greatest moments.
That was great, yeah.
Because you just see Sonic Fox standing there, you just see this arm reach around, it's also... and then just walks out with the head. Dude, that thing was the most.
It was great. Yeah,
amazing.
And are you bringing out your Canadian stereotypes here with Terrence and Phillip, and that's why Honeybee has to fart on people? Have you never watched South Park? You haven't? Oh my God! How are you alive in the span of years you've been alive in the United States of America, and have had access to television?
I did not want to watch it.
Wow.
That's
why.
Yeah, I was kind of against it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I think you may have been right in retrospect. I
did see the movie somehow. I can't remember how that came up, but I was not a fan of the show.
Okay.
So
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang.
I don't think it was that far off from being 30. So the Chewbacca defense.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. So
anyway,
let's talk
that's
about
all
the
we
next
know
topic.
about Honeybee.
So one of the guys running the summit, or was it the summit Twitter account? I can't remember, but they were like, "Wonderful summit." It was Dakota. It was like, "Wonderful summit, and it's not just it's too pure. It's just I don't like the humor. I don't like that kind of humor.
Thank you for the sub.
Anyways,
yeah.
He put out a poll that said, "What fighting game would you like next for the summit?" The options were Street Fighter V, Tekken, which I assume he means 7.
Yeah, Tekken 1, yeah.
MVC 2.
Marvel.
Or other.
And here's the results. In worst place, SF5 with only 9%. Other got 11%. Tekken got 32%. And winner with almost a majority, very close, was
half of
Marvel 2 with 48%. First off, what would you like to see?
I've been saying for a while I would love to see Tekken 7 there, just because, like I said, I would really like to see Poke Chop on there, because I think that would just be amazing.
It would be great.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people. Put Bronson on there.
He would be great for it.
Dude, there's just so many people.
They have great commentators
put
for
Eris
it.
there, right? Because Eris doesn't have to fly, so he would just be right there.
Yeah.
The personalities for it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Throwing MVC2 was kind of a monkey wrench in there, but I don't think that they're ready for MVC2. I don't think they could do MVC2.
So I agree that among modern games, Tekken 7 is probably the best choice for a summit type of format.
Yes.
Because, the players and personalities, commentators, all that they're great.
Right.
There are a lot of really funny, interesting people who would do great in that format. And also the game's great, so you know what you can do. Boy, Marvel 2, I don't even know how it would go. I mean, I think that it wouldn't be like how the Arc was back in the day, when they were in their 20s, and they're basically early 30s to 40 now. The range of players who play Marvel 2 are in like that age range. They're not going to be like starting fights or whatever. They're not going to. No, I really don't think so. I think they're too old for that. I'm serious. I really think that. I think they're too old for that.
I'm just going to give you the Mentos smile.
That's
okay?
my take on it. I really think so.
Give you the.
I think it would be hilarious, and so that's the one that I voted for, because I think that scene is so perfect for it. It's not even just players that you like immediately think of, like the New York players, but I would love to see players from Seattle and Texas. All these old school guys would be so great to have it. And it would be super cool, too, to see the players who are relatively young, because there are sort of up-and-coming Marvel 2 players still.
So you're telling me right now, if Fnatic and Desmond were both there would not be any fights?
Yeah.
You're telling me... Because that would have to happen. That's the maximum.
Those have to be in there. Those have to be in there. Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
I don't think so. I also don't think that Smooth Viper would. He's not a kid. He's not going to, jump out of a window anymore.
This is a second floor building, yeah. For a $20 bet.
For a $20 bet.
And break his leg.
And it cost him orders of magnitude more money. Yeah, which is a true story. He actually did at a tournament. It's not like that. So, that said, they're just hilarious guys, even in their old age. I think it would be great. And some of those rivalries just didn't happen. We didn't get to see them that often because travel was so different back in the day. You just rarely had East versus West meeting. And even if it was like California versus New York, you didn't often have like the other states which had good players of their own. And so there were always like local legends. Oh, you should have seen the Seattle dudes back then. You know what I mean? But like not often did you actually get to see them play against the players from everywhere else. It was like Evo and just a few other locations. So I would love to see more of that. I think that would be so great. And it also, it would be very unique in the sense that so many people who watch video games now, I feel like Marvel 2 has kind of a feeling about it. And I don't even just mean fighting game players. I mean, like I've talked with people in other esports who, when I say, oh, I'm into fighting games, they'll say something like, oh, I loved watching Marvel 2. It seems super exciting. You know, I played it back in the day, and their team was like Guile, Nash, whatever. You know, that was actually my team when I was a kid.
Really?
Guile, Nash, Juggernaut.
Whoa, okay. Did you use the glitch?
I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I was at home with my buddies, you know, in 1999. I had never been to an arcade.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I think that there's a feeling about it in a way that maybe would bring in more of the nostalgia view than even as great as Tekken is currently. I feel like that Marvel 2 would bring in a substantial number of viewers who might not otherwise watch. So I think it'd be really great on that side.
Because if it got into Summit, it would just start causing waves. Like people would just be like, it would be that whole thing of like, oh my God, you know, Neo's about to fight, Morpheus, you know, and then everyone runs in there. Basically, it's just what it would be, you know. That's exactly how it would be, except it would be Neo's about to fight Smooth Viper. Because Neo's
I see, yeah.
Exactly.
Which would actually be pretty hype.
Yeah.
I totally agree that Marvel 2 wouldn't have high views. I think it would have high views. Because some things that have had way higher views than you would think, like when the New York scene did that event at the end of last year, it had way more views than you would have thought.
Yeah, and they also had a match at Reno that got more money than the Tekken World Finals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Huge amount of money, way more than they expected. I really think it would do better than you might think.
Yeah. I mean, again,
that's what
I don't know if they could handle it. I don't know if it would work. Like, I just feel like it would be like...
I mean, Summit is cool with a lot of things. You can cuss there.
Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking
get
about...
in people's face
dude,
there.
People are going up and down a staircase to get to the match, okay? They're going to be like, you go first. No, you go first after matches, dude, because you don't want to see who's pushing anybody downstairs, you know? I'm just saying.
Man, I really don't think that stuff would happen.
Oh, man.
You know, there would probably... The practicality of it, I guess I don't know that I believe in. Legally speaking, and I assume that the Summit does their homework on this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you're going to get the license to do that. I just don't know that that's possible.
Right, that's the problem. So,
like, practically speaking, it may not be doable. But if it is, that would be so cool. Boy.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest...
What if currently employed at Marvel, Combo Fiend... got in there, and he was, because he should probably be part of it, and he was like, all right, legal department, why don't you just look the other way for the next 3 days, all right?
Yeah. That's true. Oh, man. Dude, that game would be... I mean, honestly, they should do both. Right?
Yeah,
it's just a question of which one to do
they
next.
Should do Tekken, you know?
Yeah, they should. Tekken is in that position where it should happen.
It should happen.
For sure, so...
Yeah.
Okay. They really should do a Unist.
That would be cool.
Summit.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I just don't know how many people would end up watching it, unfortunately, because everybody would be like, what is this Under Night in Birth EXE late ST? Just like getting David Hayter to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. All right, well, enough about this one. So I say that yes, Marvel, and you were like, Marvel would be problematic. Okay, in conclusion.
It's like I said, you put Desmond and Fnatic in there. Oof.
Maybe.
Oof. Oof. I'm friends with both of them on Facebook.
Okay.
I've seen their conversations.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man.
We'll see.
Okay.
We probably won't see, but we could. All right, let's move on.
Next topic here on 5-5. Let's go to MK11 tiers.
This has been a lot of conversation in the last 2 weeks. The game has been out for basically 3 weeks now, and some of it seems clear. What?
I'm just saying because we'll get to the new units coming out is CLR. Someone said it's Under Night Cool Ranch. Dude, 100%. That's my favorite one
Cool
so
Ranch
far.
Is great. Yeah,
Cool Ranch is my favorite. I mean, Unclear is pretty funny,
Unclear's
but
good too,
Cool Ranch is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, go for it.
So, a lot of people have been talking about this, and some of it, like I said, seems obvious. Is Geras good? Yes. Is Scorpion good? Clearly. Is Aaron Black good?
I just want to say that I feel vindicated.
Okay.
Again, that vindication again. When I said I didn't think Scorpion was very good in the beta,
Yeah.
because clearly they didn't think he was that good in the beta either.
I guess.
Because they buffed up 3 very crucial things.
Yes.
Right? And now he's really good.
I feel like more than that, because back one, whatever the string is,
143 is safe on block, which was the biggest thing.
Wasn't 434 not safe?
Or
not?
I think that was safe-ish.
Okay.
It was safe-ish.
I feel like they buffed the pushback at least.
Okay,
it seems
maybe.
better.
Yeah,
and then also, teleport cancel doesn't take 2 bars.
Takes 1 bar.
And also, spear is not negative 10,000.
He doesn't just sit there forever, so when you flip out of his stuff, he doesn't go,
yeah.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Definitely.
If it was one of those games where the head follows the opponent no matter where they go, he would be like, and then just like see the jump in. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so they definitely made him a lot better. But so like obviously some characters there's no like question.
Yeah. Sonya, super good.
Sonya's obviously
Baraka,
very good.
Super good.
So I feel like that's the start of
the blur line.
Yeah, the
right
blur
there.
lines.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe now people think Cassie is pretty legitimately top 5. So the top 5 that I'm seeing right now is in whatever order: Scorpion, Geras, Aaron, Sonya, Cassie.
Okay.
And then it's like,
Cassie,
I don't know. Yeah, some people are still like not sure about Cassie either. So maybe we'll just say the top 4.
Okay.
Then after that, it begins to get a little bit
how is not people talking about Cabal?
funky. Cabal, I think Cabal's good. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I really think that a big part of this is the characters that were in the beta that didn't get. Scorpion got buffed, obviously. Right.
Yeah.
Other than him, people are mostly not talking about them, and yet they're good. Like Scarlet is definitely still good.
Yeah, I mean,
Cabal's definitely still good.
I think Baraka's
obviously good.
Amazing. So.
And yet there were people. We're also figuring out stuff at such an early level that when DJT was using Baraka at the summit and doing really well and playing this kind of like slowish, not wild game. The people commentating, I forget who it was now, were like, wow, I've never thought that Baraka could be played like a kind of mid-range character. And I was like, what are you talking about?
I mean, that's
he plays mix-ups at half screen.
Dude, to me, that's like hearing Drew Barrymore is the greatest handle in the world. So...
Dude, so we're all like at this early stage where we haven't seen other people use their characters in like the maximum way. I had this whole speech planned out. My momentum was just pooped on. So
knocked you down.
You sure did. I think that Baraka is just outside of the top tier.
Okay.
I don't think he is top tier. I think you have to pick between damage and mix-ups with him. You have the damage variation, or you have the mix-ups. Whereas Geras just has both.
Right.
Aaron has both.
But, I mean, you kind of had that interesting point, though, that the damage one you can flip out of, and then he loses stuff.
Yes.
Whereas the other variations, like, you can't flip out of it because he's just doing those little bits of damage the whole entire time. So you can't escape his shenanigans.
I think that Bone Picker's better than Morocco.
Yeah.
But,
I do too.
Not everybody agrees with that. So. Yeah, but I think that like that's the start of like, well, who? So yeah, Cassie I would put in there. I think that here's how I think about tiers. Okay. This is something I said on Twitter.
Okay.
I don't group them.
Hey, you have a whole chart.
I actually have a program. I have not a program. I have a
spreadsheet?
Yeah, an Excel sheet or an ODS, I guess, that I just apply to every game. That I've had this for probably like a couple of years. It's all built in, and all you have to do is nerd. All you have to do is add the character names, and it'll automatically like make it all doable for you. So. and then like once you've used a character, it'll say that it's been placed.
It's all okay, fair enough.
What was I saying? So
how you categorize
the way that I think about tiers is not just like, this character's better than that character.
Right.
None of this S tier, A tier nonsense.
Okay.
That's only minimally helpful. I want to know which character can win a major, which character can win a major as a main character, what needs a secondary, which characters can win as a secondary but need a main, and which characters are piles of butt.
Right. It's interesting because people have always asked me about, when they say to me, they're like, so how do you tier characters?
Yeah.
And I always say, there's two ways to do it. I'm like, there is the raw data of how they fight each other, and then there is how well can they win a tournament.
Right.
Because there's a very different tiers. There's a
Yeah.
very different tiers.
Sure, yeah. I mean, imagine a character who doesn't have necessarily great matchups across the board, but wins very important 2 or 3 matches against the otherwise top-tier characters.
Yeah.
Because that's existed.
Yeah, or even the opposite. He wins a lot of matchups, but loses to the strongest character that 40% of the people play.
Right.
So you just have no chance to win this tournament because you're just going to be running into old Sagat all day, right? So it's just one of those situations. Yeah, just exactly, Rift Tripper. That's where I was going, dude.
What's that?
He said Sagat syndrome. Exactly.
Sagat syndrome.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Melee is a great example of that too. So.
Sure, that makes sense. I sometimes will also add in a little tier of like who can realistically win a major, and who can win a major if the player is just like totally like the best.
If he's Punk, right?
What if you're Punk or Kuroda or just like you
Vi
just whatever.
back in the day.
Yeah, you're just some genius. That's like not applicable to most players, but you're Gen 1 Evo, right? Nobody else did anything like that with that character. Like just one genius. And I thought the character was very good, but one dude is the only one who did it.
You remember when Rose won Evo, then everybody knew Rose was top tier the whole time. When Birdie won Capcom Cup, Birdie was clearly the best character the entire time.
Obvious.
That guy, he was like, I totally knew it from the beginning.
Yeah. Or maybe an addendum to that is that either you're like totally the best or like the stars align, which is possible sometimes.
Okay, so what do you got, everybody?
All right, here's my can win majors alone, realistically. Well, no, it's just in general. I don't think this isn't separated into realistically or not. Here's who can win a major in alphabetical order, because I'm not going to get into the depths of this. Baraka, Cassie, Cetrion, Aaron Black, Geras,
yes,
Jackie, Johnny.
He did win.
He did win a big tournament, so like this is partly he just did it happen. Yes, it did already. Cabal.
Yeah.
Liu Kang.
Okay.
Noob Saibot. It happened. It did happen. That's already 10. Then Scorpion, Sonya, and Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
So 13 characters.
Yeah, it's clearly a lot of those. I mean, like I said, I would probably not have Johnny up there. I can't say on Noob Saibot yet, so... But,
take it up with Combat.
Yeah, I know. But, like, do you feel like the competition was as strong as it could have been?
No, but on the other hand...
Because I watched it, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't... Because the thing is, what he was doing with Johnny is he could have did the same thing with every other character except doing 220 restand damage. He could have did 350 damage. Yeah.
Okay, do you think that if Dragon decided to play Johnny, that I think he could win? Why not?
Yeah, I guess...
I was about to say Sonic Fox, but Sonic Fox is the you're a genius and you just whatever character.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not like a useful person to say.
The one thing I will say though is that I feel like there's no bad characters in this game. That I feel like Dragon could win with like 90% of the cast. Like I really feel like he could.
But other than Johnny, you basically agree that there's like 12 characters who can
win. Oh
yeah. Some people in the chat are saying these have been regionals, not majors yet. Well, that's true, but I still think that that's important info for when it comes to majors. We haven't had a combo breaker yet, but I do think that those are very valuable data points so far. So yeah, I think that's very legit.
Again,
can win as a main.
Okay.
Can win as a main character, but probably needs a secondary. I'll go with Jade.
Okay.
I'll go with Jax.
I've been messing with Jax. I'm surprised he's not stronger, that people aren't doing better with him. He's got some dirty stuff.
I think the more I see him, the lesser I think of him.
He's the only one that has like real high-low mix-ups in the middle of his string. Yeah, a lot of times one of them is punishable, but like the overhead is -7, and then the low, like I just feel like it's annoying to have to deal with that.
Well, I agree with it. It is. Okay. It's just not into big damage.
Yeah,
in
it's
hunker
true.
down,
It's
it's
true.
not into
It's
big
true.
damage
Yeah.
unless he already has hot hands or you're in the corner, and that's not easy to get for him. So I mean, I still think he's pretty good, but I just wouldn't say he's like among the best.
Okay.
Kano. This is a character that
He won a tournament.
Oh, good commentator.
So 14 characters.
Okay, got it.
A major because it's clearly a major.
I think that my view of the character is that he's not very strong, and yet people are playing him well enough that I just have to be like, well, you guys are doing legit so far, so we'll see. Oh yeah, I still have that one up there. Let's move on. Kung Lao, I
would almost think that he might even be in the higher tier. I think he's super good. I know a lot of people are low on Kung Lao, but like I actually think he's kind of good. I do, because he gets to play the game in such a way that nobody else gets to play. Because he's just jumping up and jumping back all day. I mean, someone actually asked me, is like, how do I beat Jade with Kung Lao? And I was like, just jump all day. If you ever see her do anything, just dive kick. And he kind of messes that game up. And I've played against Kung Lao's now, dude. I can't stop that stupid teleport. I don't know what it is. It's like 9,000 frame startup, and I try to stop it, and I keep getting thrown out of it. It's weird.
In my testing, it seems like you can basically just do a delayed down 1 and it beats everything, or trades.
Mm-hmm. I've been beating some of them with down 2s when it's like super obvious, but like a lot of times I just get tossed and it's like
down 1.
Weird.
I mean, like if he does the throw and you did delayed down 1, you
actually,
get a full conversion.
No, Crispy Loves You is correct. Actually, if you do see the teleport neutral jump, that blows it up really badly. That actually does work very well. Because if you neutral jump, he doesn't get high enough with anything that can hit.
Okay.
Unless maybe the 1 will actually hit it, but that would be a call out from Kung Lao. He'd have to go with the 1 option, which is the one that they use the least because they're kind of scared to use it. So because it's a high. So yeah, but see, Chad mode. I actually don't think that's the right. variation to use for Kung Lao. I actually think Hat Tricks is better than the Orbit one.
Yeah.
The Orbit one uses too many. It uses too much meter. I just feel like you're out of meter the whole entire time, and you're gonna want to save that meter because if you ever get a hit, if you ever get a flawless block up to, or if you get a crushing blow off of the forward 2 punish, or if you get a crushing blow on the down 2. That's like 350 damage right there. 360 damage if you just spend all your meter. He does damage, dude. So I don't feel like you want to use the Orbit one because if you're spending all your meter, you don't have any of the defense, you don't have any of the offense. I actually prefer Hat Trick more. So because I just feel like he is the high damaging character, kind of like Garrus is, you know. Except he only has like maybe 2 real crushing blows, whereas Garrus has like 5. But you know, yeah. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
I would say Collector is in this.
Okay. I just don't know enough about him. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think that he's great, but I do think that he has enough sort of ranged buttons that are good in some matchups,
right?
Or that give him some safety in mix-ups. He has teleport for some mobility.
CRMS, like I said, how does he get the hit? You just keep jumping all day. And as soon as they whiff a button, you dive kick him, and that gives you pressure. Now
he's not like you're not on top of them pressing buttons, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you can. Once you get there, then it's forward 1, forward 1, 1, forward 1, forward 1, forward, down 1. And he can at least play that game once he gets in. But if he doesn't succeed in that and they jab you out of it, then it's back to hopping around like a rabbit. And he's jumping and you're scared to do anything because like he could jump and air teleport because Hat Tricks has air teleport. The other one doesn't. So you're just jumping around. So he could teleport into throw at any point in time or dive kick you on it. So you're just scared to move forward. He's like a weird wall.
Okay.
He's like a weird wall. So that's how, I mean, I feel like I'm annoying people when I play him online because I feel like they're just like, fight me, you scumbag.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I'm not going to fight you.
No.
I'm just going to run away the whole time.
Sick,
so.
dude. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Raiden? I would say, is in this territory.
Really? I've been hearing a lot of bad things about Raiden.
So I think I've been going back and forth as to whether could be a main needs a secondary, or it could be a secondary that needs a main. But currently I'm on could be a main. I actually like the one that I haven't seen people play more. I like the defensive one better.
Oh, okay.
So his second variation gives him
the discharge, right?
The discharge, which is like a 4-frame startup,
I saw
or 5,
that.
something like that.
I saw that someone tweet
Super
you
fast
at that.
punish,
Yeah.
and it doesn't do a lot of damage. But if you meter burn it, it does more.
How do you do the move?
So you have to install it, which is, I'd say, down back 3 if I recall correctly.
Okay.
And once it's installed, it lasts for like, I think 17 seconds is what I read.
Dang. Okay.
And during that time, whenever you block something, you can do reversal discharge, and it comes out very quickly, and then you need to recharge it.
Right.
And it also has damage, or I think it's just chip damage reduction.
Oh, okay.
When you're in it, so it's like the defensive Raiden.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, it's just basically that. Yeah, you're not gonna slaughter people the way that people are used to in MKX, and maybe they're coming in here trying to play Raiden like the character that he was before.
He's definitely not a pressure character.
Right.
I kind of feel like I think he's lacking in some significant ways, but not so much that he can't be at least like either secondary.
Because I mean, if the discharge has any sort of range, and it is a 4-frame,
it's pretty good range. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds really annoying and hella good. Someone's gonna get good with that, and then everyone's gonna get annoyed.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna win a major, and everyone's gonna be like, "Dude, see, he's been so good this whole time."
I don't expect him to win a major by himself, but you never know. You never know. And look, there's not much damage in this variation, but I don't feel like his other one is like pumping out the damage anyway. It's like you have to hit confirm into something that is very unsafe if you didn't get it, and even if you do, it's like a few hundred damage.
Right.
You're not Marauder, Baraka, or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so there's that. Then I would say Scarlet's in this territory.
Okay.
I think she's actually really good.
I was about to say, I would imagine.
She, I would say, is like what you were mentioning before, with characters who are good in a lot of matchups, but have some matchups that are just, they probably shouldn't play it.
Okay.
So she can win as a main, but maybe not as a secondary. Because there are some characters that just sort of make you think twice about throwing any projectiles, and then she's in big trouble.
Just like a Scorpion kind of situation.
Exactly right,
Okay.
Like Geras. Like, are you going to risk throwing a projectile against this guy for 300 damage? What are you going to do? You have to play differently. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it. And then,
I mean, like, I see so many people's. Oh, wait, finish your tier list. I'll get this thought. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, Storm Cell is the one where he goes like this, right? The Raiden one. Is that
the one where he does the big fuzz, the
big
circle?
Ball?
Yeah. You could duck the last hit.
Yeah. So somebody said it's -3 on block, but you can just neutral duck the last hit, and then he's hanging out there.
When I was fighting somebody online and they were doing that to me, I was like, why is this move so good? Like, Raiden's got to be super good. And then the chat was like, you can duck the last hit. I was like, what? And then I went block, whiff, walk up 1-2, whatever, kill him. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. So there you go. And then I would also put Frost in this category. I think Frost is...
I don't know anything. I don't have her yet.
Oh, no!
Because I haven't beat the story mode. Yeah, I haven't beat the story mode, so I still don't have Frost.
Okay. She has some problems, like the fact that... Okay, so first, good stuff. She has a couple of good mid-range buttons. She has great mid-string.
Am I wrong in thinking that some of her buttons look like 12? Like when she does like the little icy spike thing, kind of like 12's Jumping Fierce, right? Maybe, or maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a pretty good mid-string. There's a gap in it. You got to worry about that. But she also has the ability to cancel into stuff that could beat your attempt to beat the gap.
Okay.
She has a great fast high in the mid-range. She has pretty good zoning and counter zoning.
Okay.
And decent stuff up close. She has some cool mix-ups, I would say. But I don't think that she's a great character, basically. So I think that's why I would put her here. And then in my can win majors, but only as a secondary, I would say Devora.
Okay.
I would put in here. She might be ass, though.
Right.
It's between those two.
Okay.
Then Kotal Khan.
Okay.
And Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn, huh? So Shao Kahn really is not that good? He seems... I mean, the Shao Kahns that I fought, he feels kind of annoying, but that's probably because I've never studied him and I don't have him yet either, so...
So it's kind of the same issue with both cons, to be honest. They have slow and not terribly dangerous important strings. Like like Shao Kahn doing, I think it's 4-3-4, the little kick, whatever. That is a big mid. Then you have to respect that, and Kotal has that too. There's no damage out of that. So the damaging stuff is either for Kotal like a very slow 20 plus frame mid or high. And for Shao Kahn, similar speed for high. That he can make you respect with some mids, but that you're probably not going to respect very often. Their crushing blows are not that great. Kotal Khan's combos that are damaging end in command grab, which means he throws you way away, so now he has to play the get in game again. It's stuff like that just probably aren't ideal.
So you have nobody in the butt
Who is in the ass tier?
Nobody.
Currently nobody.
Nobody. Okay.
Maybe Devora.
So
that's it.
The one thing
currently not.
The one thing that I wanted to say about this game is that I feel like it's starting to. There are aspects of it that feel very Street Fighter V like in terms of tiering, right? It's like, do you have an amazing V trigger? Blah blah blah. But the main one is, what is your crush counter?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Like, what is your crush counter? Because that just applies to crushing blows, like, right?
Sure.
So, I mean, why is it that some people get a crush counter and they can just dash up and be like, hey, read a book and then fierce you and then do these big old combos where it's like some people crush counter you and they just get nothing off of it, right? Why does that happen?
I don't know.
And then you get people like Garrus who like has 5 amazing crush counters that you just have such an easy time. I mean, like the Sandpit one. How is that 320 damage or something like that? Right? Because like there are some crushing blows that like you have to do a voodoo dance in order to land, and they do like 200 damage.
Right, yeah.
Right? And it's like it's wild to me, right? So I feel like the crushing blow is going to be a huge difference maker. It's the reason why I wouldn't put Johnny in the can win a tournament tier, because he is the saddest crushing blow person in the entire game, I think, so far, from what I can tell. Like, his only I get crushing blow on punish is his nut punch. And if you're throwing out nut punches all day to try to counter people, you are going to die, basically.
There may be tech with that, though.
There might be one or two very specific places to use it.
Maybe.
But
also, you don't think you're going to land mime at the beginning of the round? Why not?
Yeah, right. And the ninja mime at the beginning of the round. Yeah,
that would be so hype. Well, that's going to happen someday.
Yeah.
And it will be super hype.
Yeah. I mean, and then, like, even the mode that I don't use, right, with the camera flash 3 times and then hit him with the 4th one. And it's just, dude, he has the saddest.
The whiff ones are weird.
He has the saddest fatal blows, I think, out of. I'm sorry, crushing blows out of everybody. And I feel like that hurts him so much because even off of his nut punch launcher, when he does reset, the most he gets is 250 damage. And that's like only in the corner, I think. It's just really low. I feel like he needs a little bit more. I feel like he needs that 300 damage combo that he just doesn't have unless he's in the corner.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Somebody was asking earlier what we thought about Sub-Zero, and really good.
Super good.
What are you going to do?
He's definitely in the I can win by myself tier.
Obviously.
So,
yeah, he's a good character. I think that I wouldn't put him in the top 5, like I've seen some people say.
No, probably not yet, right?
I think that, if anything, I thought he was better, and now I think he's a little bit less.
Oh, really?
But clearly good. Clearly good character. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else was asking about Scarlet, and I've had her in Can Win Majors as a main, but needs a secondary.
Right, as a secondary.
No,
okay.
she
need
is a main, but she needs a secondary.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's still
earlier.
It's 1 month into it. We've got a long way to go, and I'm finding out some really interesting things about some of the characters too. So it's actually really cool. And shout outs once again to that training mode, because honestly, the frame data box is like beautiful.
So great.
I love that frame data box so much, and I've just like been finding out some interesting stuff.
So. Agreed.
Yep.
All right. There's something else we wanted to talk about in terms of MK. Oh yeah. Mortal Kombat 11 will be 2 out of 3 at Combo Breaker. Announced. This is announced as per the pro competition with a K.
This is official tour rules, not Combo Breaker decision. Right.
Correct. Correct.
I think that's great. I think it's fine. I mean, we saw a lot of slower paced matches. Texas Showdown was 2 out of 3. I didn't feel like it was like people were, because the game's not as mix-up heavy as it was before, right? So you're not. I don't feel like it's like MKX where you feel like there's some rounds where you're just going to get robbed, you know.
Wasn't it 3 out of 5? I think it was.
Texas Showdown? I thought it was 2 out of 3 the whole time away.
I commentated like the whole thing. I think it was. All I can say is I think it was 3 out of 5.
Oh, they did run 3 out of 5 the whole way?
Was it? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, but I was like not sure, even though I was right there the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, not the best memory over here. So yeah, it was 3 out of 5. You know, I don't know how many times it happened that somebody went down 2-0 and then ended up losing.
Okay. Yeah, I read someone else saying that Texas Showdown ran fine out of 2 out of 3. So okay.
I think So
okay.
But yeah, I don't remember seeing anybody go down 0-2 and make the comeback.
The one thing that I'm also going to say that a lot of people forget too is let's face it, Combo Breaker is going to be hype because there's going to be so many good players there, right? And what is one of the things that stream monsters complain about the most? Why did you play this match off stream? Why did that match happen off stream? I want to see this match.
Right.
3 out of 5 means you see a significantly chunk less matches on stream.
Sure.
You're going to see less players on there. If you do 2 out of 3, you're going to see a lot of your favorite players. You're going to be able to squeeze in a lot of more of the high-profile matches and stuff. And even the tour said if it ends up too fast, they can change it to 3 out of 5 in semis or whatever like that, right? So I think it's a good thing to start with this way because then we get to see more characters, we get to see more players and everything. I feel like the game has a pretty slow pace. Some characters are very, very... You know, like I said, maybe someone's going to get good at discharge rate and all of a sudden you're going to be like, what the hell? Like, all he does is hit you, knock you down, charge it up again, and he's like, block, and come hit me, and then I'm just going to discharge you. You know, like, I mean, maybe someone's going to play Raiden that way. Because the whole game is designed around -7. And if he has a 4-frame punish, that clear... Like, I love that, by the way. Like, now that I know about that, to throw in a character that blows up the system like that, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, who knows? He might actually be really good, so...
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it being 2 out of 3. I kind of think that the game's development will be towards being slower rather than being faster. I think the fast stuff is what we're seeing now. I mean, some of the combos will still be found out. You know, that's not we're not maximizing most of that, but still, the general like mix-ups are probably not going to get that much wilder. I think that the improvement will be in terms of how you defend, how you flawless block, when and where you do delay wake up,
and when people start getting better at flawless blocking common strings, then you're just going to see a lot of people stop doing things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just going to be that much more scared.
Yeah, I think that's true too. And you're beginning to see some of that. There were definitely some matches in Texas Showdown that were timeouts. There were several, honestly. I mean, not even a small number. Like there were several that were timeouts. I think that's cool. Like the game is very exciting to me even when it is like that, but it's not a fast game in many matchups. If you're playing against the Sonya, she can take the round in 2 combos. Garrus can, Baraka can, Marauder. Most cannot. Most cannot. So I think that it's not going to be that bad. But, of course, like the tour said, and like I've been saying, I'm open to having my mind changed. No big deal on my part. I mean, I'm not committed to 2 out of 3 for anything other than that I think it's not necessary.
Right.
So if it seems like things are too unpredictable due to 2 out of 3, then 3 out of 5 it is. Or if it just seems like the game runs fast enough that you can fit in 3 out of 5 in the same sort of block and it feels the same time-wise, sure.
I mean, if all the pools finish half an hour earlier, then we know, right? Then we get our data. But if all the pools are finishing at a decent time, then... And it's also very good that Combo Breaker is the first one because it also has a hobgoblin of entrance in there, right? I don't know what that means, but it's got a gob of entrance is what I'm trying to say.
It's a brand new collective now.
Exactly. Okay. I want to say gob, but I was like gob doesn't sound powerful enough, so I just added
hobgob.
So I added a hobgob to that, and that just made it sound...
That's the new collective noun for entrance, everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
Murder of crows, hobgoblin of entrance.
Yeah, it's got a hobgoblin of entrance. So it'll give us better data points, I think, to find out how fast it's going to run. So
yeah, for sure.
What was the numbers
Beastchan says that the MK11 pool I was running, this is at Showdown, bled into the next set of pools.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Got it.
So there you go. That's the argument right there. And yes, NRS is like, we're used to 3 out of 5. Get used to 2 out of 3. I mean,
I think that it shouldn't be like a scene thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a game by game basis. I mean, remember when Dragon Ball first came out? Everyone was like, "Oh, maybe we should do 3 out of."
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. If there's something in between 1 out of 1 and 2 out of 3, they gotta find it. They gotta figure it out. Nah, not anymore. It seems to be.
Whoa.
The cats are talking.
Dude, he just came up to me and just started. Could people hear that over my microphone? I really hope they could hear that meow just now. That was a desperation meow right there.
BB Tag is an example of a game that should be 3 out of 5. Mm-hmm. It's very swing heavy. Uh-huh. Matches really can just be over in 2 combos. Yeah. Sometimes one combo. Honestly,
which has literally happened.
It has actually happened. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. In that situation, okay, do it.
Right.
But that's a pretty high bar.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some other 5-5 topics here. I mean, it's not anything that's really not long to talk about, but Ono finally came out. We finally got something, and Ono was like, look, I know you guys want Street Fighter V information. Look, we are working on stuff. We'll let you know about it soon. Just wanted to let you know that we're working on stuff. And I'm curious what you think of that, but I was actually really surprised that the response to that tweet was so positive.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people who were like, that's all we wanted to hear.
Right.
We just wanted to know that more stuff. I looked at that and I was like, wait, are you guys talking about Street Fighter V?
Yeah.
Like, are you allowed to be this positive and nice about Street Fighter V?
Okay.
You know, I didn't think I didn't think the FGC was allowed to be nice to Street Fighter V, you know, but they were surprisingly positive about that. So, yeah.
I think that it's, it's just part of a weird communication pattern.
Yeah.
And this is part of it. This is still weird.
Yeah. It is.
You know, it's been weird that they haven't been talking about stuff. That's weird. Mm-hmm. They should have mentioned at some point what's happening in this season. Okay, Kage came out, but what? What else?
Right.
If nothing, let us know. Either way.
Clearly, they can't release anything anytime soon without having it being in the plans for the past year.
Yeah.
So they had to have known when Kage came out, and they could have said, "Look, here's Kage. We're working on something. Yeah. Please be patient. Don't worry. There will be season 4 stuff in January." They could have told us that.
Yeah.
You know, like don't expect an announcement for the next couple of events, but don't worry. There will be something coming. Like.
Right.
I think that they're underestimating how much people are willing to just be like, okay, thank you for that information. You know what I mean? So.
And this continues to be definitely weird that so what he says was, I fully understand that you'd like to want new information about SF5's new season. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to parse it here.
Yeah, I know.
So I have a lot of requests about releasing SF5's new content from World Warriors. Meaning people, I guess.
Players. Yeah.
Could I please ask you to wait a little longer? Thank you for your understanding. As I said before, we'll continue to develop SF5 AE. Please support our esports events. Until then, next time we meet, let's watch Blanca's Pockets with Smiles. So, I mean, look, it's, he's got a funky... In any case, this is how he writes. And I still think it's strange to say something like this. There's nothing in it. It's just to wait a little longer.
Right.
There's it doesn't... I mean, they were going to say something eventually anyway, whether it was, okay, SF5 died, or here's a new thing for SF5. Like, I know you're going to say something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know that. What's it going to be and when's it going to be? You didn't answer that. There's no more anything than there was before. So
just like Neil Mind says, like basically means nothing.
It means nothing. It means nothing at all. And
you'll find out more information soon.
Great. Well, did he even say soon? Could I please ask you to wait a little longer? Is what he said.
Well, I mean, he did say that they are working. It says there's.
As I said before, we'll continue to develop SF5 AE.
Okay. I mean,
that's
mean? The closest.
Does that mean a new character?
Costumes,
does that mean a costume?
Right.
Are they going to fix how the can interacts with the beach stage? Like, What are you going to
Are
develop?
you going to fix Ken's face? Are you going to fix Birdie's chain?
Yeah. No, I don't know. So for me, it didn't help much. I also don't feel like I was worried about it. Mm-hmm. While I want info, the fact that they weren't giving info didn't like cause me palpitations or anything. I'm not that concerned about it. But still, this is not anything.
I mean, look, if they come out and the next announcement is, "Hey, look, we fixed the netcode," that like everybody would just be like,
they would be dancing.
Like, yeah, they would be much cheering.
Yeah,
Yay.
yeah. I think that's too pie in the sky.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't expect that. That's too pie in the sky. If it does happen, that's incredible. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking for a new character to fill out the character select screen. Maybe there's a new stage.
Not that box missing in the corner.
Just not a lot, but something like that. So I'm surprised. Yes, in answer to your question, I'm surprised that people thought that this was anything.
Right? High Fight says that Ono needs someone like Michael Murray and Markman. Like, I feel like that whole trio right there works really well. Because Markman is a fan as well, and he has the clout enough to put the pressure on either Michael Murray or Ono, just to kind of like, you should tell people this kind of thing, you know what I mean? Somehow I have the funny feeling there's not very many people who can tell Ono to do anything.
I suspect you are correct.
Yeah.
I also suspect that he woke up one morning on May 12th, 2019, and was just like, yeah, I'm going to say this. And that nobody else in Capcom had a plan for this. That he was just like, guess what? Could I please ask you to wait a little longer? And then everybody else at Capcom also woke up that morning, sipping their coffee, and they see this.
Yep.
Wow, look what the boss did. What are we going to do now? I think there's like no planning in this.
God.
There's no way that they're going to do, let me know if the opponent you're playing is using Wi-Fi or LAN cable.
Right.
Not. Yeah, I mean, look, it turns out that the response was more positive than negative. I'm surprised. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised. I just want them to like rethink this entire last 6 months of how they've handled it, but maybe 5 months, I guess, because until December it was cool. Mm-hmm. Here we are. So I guess if you found this useful, then I'm happy for you. I'm surprised that you do, if you do. That's all.
Would you sacrifice the crossplay for the NRS netcode? Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
Of course.
I would do it.
Of course. Instantly.
All right, enough about that. Let's talk about some game news.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot.
A lot of game news.
There's a lot.
New Samurai Showdown trailer came out today. Olaf actually did some Twittering and breaking it down a little bit, so you can find his stuff on Twitter at Olaf Redland. But I watched that thing, and it seems pretty cool. I'm excited for this game. And I like that they are literally in the trailer saying, look, it's going to play like the old Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, for sure.
You are going to die very fast. Just embrace it.
Super cool.
Embrace death.
Super cool. Yeah, I think that was a great little trailer.
Yeah.
I was really happy with what they did there. I think that's so cool. Because, that's nice for fans of the series. That's cool. It also sets an expectation for people who may not know the series. Here's how the game's going to play.
I mean, it was a narration trailer. Like, you just don't see that kind of thing, right?
No. Super cool idea.
Yeah.
They had some great news in it, or surrounding it. Early adopters will receive Season Pass.
That is
if you buy it before.
Yeah, if you pre-order it, your bonus is the Season Pass. That is the nicest thing. Like, seriously, now we all know we could just buy the game for $60.
Yeah.
Because that's just the thing. As the DLC drops for MK, we're all screwed because we have the Switch version as well, right?
So if you buy
Season Pass is free?
If you buy it between, I guess now, and June 30th, you will receive the first 6 months of additional content for free.
Even the first 5 days after it comes out?
Correct.
Oh, dang.
Correct.
Okay.
So until June 30th, you will receive the first 6 months of additional content for free, including 4 additional characters that have yet to be revealed.
Okay, SNK. I see.
And after that, the pass will cost about $20.
Right, which is standard for season passes.
Yeah, they're not milking you,
Yeah. I see you, SNK. Okay.
I think that is really cool. And I saw a little bit of what Olaf had to say, and he thought that was very cool to help build brand loyalty.
Yeah.
I highly agree with that. I highly agree with that. Very cool. So yeah, I like that a lot. That's nice. They also talked about this ghost thing that they have going on. The dojo mode. AI ghosts. So as you play, the game learns your habits, and you can play against yourself. Other people can play against you. You can play against other people's ghosts.
I just want to say one thing about this. I mean, they talked about it like it's unprecedented. I saw a bunch of people talking about how great and oh my God, this is amazing. I mean, Killer Instinct's had this for a while.
Yes, in
Shadow Mode.
Shadow Mode was probably 2015-ish.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's not.
I feel the worst for Keats right now, because Keats is probably reading all these tweets about how revolutionary and creative and amazing this is, and he's probably just like, God damn it.
I mean, Virtua Fighter 4 had ghosts of arcade players you could play against. That was 4, right?
Yeah. They didn't learn, but they just had characters that fought like the actual players in Japan. Yeah.
Right. So it's not a brand new idea, but nevertheless.
So Tekken has had Ghost AI before KI as well, according to Hi Fight.
Tekken had it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go. So Tekken on PSP had it. So
wow.
That's not to say that.
Well, why would you put a feature like that on PSP?
Yeah, I know, right?
You really hid the ball on that one, Namco.
Regardless, that doesn't make the feature not cool.
It's still very cool.
It's still very cool that they're doing that and they're touting it as something to use, because that's going to be important. I mean, it's just going to be cool because then if like a top player is playing them a bunch and then you can download their ghost, I mean, how cool would that be? And then you can kind of see what's happening there.
Yeah.
I hope it works really well.
Yeah.
You know, I hope that, because the thing about it is no matter what, it's an AI, and the AIs are going to be exploitable, right? You're going to play a top player, and you're going to find some exploit to their thing, and you're going to be like, this guy's not even good because I can do this. And then you play against the real person, you hit him with that thing once, and they're like, I will never do that again.
Right.
And then you're just like, what happened? And then you will die, you know. But it'll still be cool.
It's still very, very cool. Yeah, so I thought that was a great trailer.
Okay, cool. Hi-Fi said he's downloaded Ghost AI from GameFAQs before.
What?
Nice.
Who knew? PSP existed.
PSP.
Did you know people played games on PSP that weren't homebrew?
Dude.
You ever heard about that? People that weren't homebrew.
Dude, the craziest thing about the PSP that I had is like, I didn't want to buy it until I found out you could hack it, and then I got it. And all I did was just play like Nintendo games and all this, and then I think I had Guilty Gear on it that I definitely did not pay for, and they kept trying to update it, and I would like not connect to the internet until I saw we've hacked that new one. All right, and then I played legitimate games on there. I even have a UMD. Okay, I actually even have a movie on their stupid format.
UMD?
Yeah, isn't that what it was called?
I've never heard that phrase before.
Wasn't it called the UMD?
That's a new initialism to me.
It was UMDs, right? Those stupid movies.
I'm not saying you're wrong, I've just never heard of it.
Yeah, it was UMD. Okay. I bought myself the House of Flying Daggers because I was in love with Zhang Ziyi at the time, so I got that.
This is a movie format?
This is a movie format. That's what they've tried to tout for the PSP, that we have this cool disc. Like, it's not... It was like their...
It was a plastic disc.
It was before their Blu-ray that they were trying to promote UMD as this next big platform.
Wow.
Yeah.
Needless to say, it lost to HD DVD.
Yeah.
Right? That's what happened? If I recall correctly.
I mean, Blu-ray was a joke of a selling point for the PS3 as well. People don't remember that. It just won because the porn industry backed it. Yeah. And then now everybody's like, of course Blu-ray is good. PS3s were awesome the whole time because of Blu-ray player. And I was like, you guys don't remember.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Anything else about Sam Show?
Finally got to see some footage of one of the other new characters. You know, there's been no footage of him at any point in time like that. So, but nice Dawn of Morning.
Zip discs.
Good taste, Dawn of Morning. Okay. I still have some zip discs. Can you believe it? I was just talking to somebody about that today. I just need to find like a USB 3.5 drive so I can just take all these old floppies that I haven't pulled out of my closet in like 10 years, you know.
Floppies.
Yeah, 3.5 discs, dude.
Wow.
I still have the save icons in my closet.
Wow. The hard floppy drives.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Those are
I'm excited for I know they're called floppies.
Those are hard
but they
discs.
weren't. The other
the technical term.
Yeah, the other floppy ones were ones that you could actually buy the little dual-sided things. You could punch the hole in it so that you could flip the disc and double your 1.7 megabytes of data that you could save on a floppy.
Wild.
Was it 1.7 or 1.4? I can't even remember now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that way you could put the little notch in it, so you could flip it and write on the other side.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Dude, it was 1.4. Okay. There you go. Okay. Anyways,
floppies aren't just older than Punk. I mean, floppies are probably older than me. Right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Like people probably don't even remember that you used to have to save programs on cassette tapes.
Yeah, that's definitely pre-me.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw it. I didn't understand what was going on when the guy was showing us this whole thing. But it was literally you wrote it on the cassette tape. And so when you wanted to load a program, you had to fast forward it to like where you wanted to actually, and then you hit play, and then you loaded from that thing. It was the most convoluted thing ever, dude. It was crazy, dude. Yeah, Commodore 64. Commodore was one of the first computers that I ever saw. And our friend was showing us that you could like create a black dot with like these circles on it, and then they would flip the circles and it looked like a flying bird going across the screen, and he saved that to the cassette tape.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Commodore 64 was my first PC/gaming console.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
oh,
that was my dad.
Well,
got
a lot
it,
of people did, yeah. Commodore 64 was how
3.
a lot of people started with gaming.
3 years old. Yeah,
a lot of people started that way.
Anyway, there was also Dragon Ball FighterZ news. Kid Goku's playable now. He looks like a little butthole character.
And then Xbox announcement accidentally leaked the character.
I mean, it's so funny how this happened, yeah. So, Janemba is the character. And rather than having some build-up like previously, it's announced in a magazine, or here's a little trailer of it or whatever, it was just this flippant, offhand comment.
Oh, pre-order something now, and you'll get the costumes for Kid Goku and Janemba.
To celebrate, this is the actual quote.
To
celebrate, today you can get GT Goku and Janemba skins for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Toasty!
That's it. And then, then they tried to claim it was intentional. That's a good way to put it. I'm not sure that this actually was. I mean, it's just such a haphazard way.
Yeah.
And all the other ones that they've announced haven't been haphazard. It's been a trailer or it comes out in a magazine or whatever. Like, there's some other way to do it.
So, someone is definitely fired, I feel like.
Well, it can't be Major Nelson, basically.
It wasn't his fault because it was on the screen to read.
Right.
It was just there. He was just doing his job reading it, right? It was, what did they make Ron Burgundy say? It's like, F you, San Diego. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember now.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
But anyway, then Xbox confirmed it. They put a tweet out that confirmed it.
Okay.
So that's happening, but what a weird way to have it happen, and that's very funny.
So, okay.
In short, I'm amused at that. BB Tag patch will be out soon, next week, in fact, May 21st.
Finally, right? So.
Yo, dude, I mean, it's just nice to get, like, the date.
Yeah, I know,
because the date wasn't until 2 weeks before the actual thing comes out. Why?
Yeah, I know. Because, I mean, we've also known those characters for a while now, right?
Oh, yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
A couple months.
Yeah.
A few months.
And finally it's coming. I mean, honestly, BB Tag's not doing great numbers at events and everything, and I really honestly feel like they have no one to blame but themselves. I really just feel like they took too long to release new stuff and things like that. It's frustrating, but because, I mean, it's a fun game. It's a good game, so I'm really sad about that. So.
And Combo Breaker will be running the new patch. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They actually had a poll that they asked players.
Yeah, I remember that, Breezy Dive. It was on Inside the NBA. Charles Barkley was reading off the teleprompter, and they made him say, "I'm a dumbass."
Really?
And he 100% said, because he's like, "I'm a dumbass." He just like stopped right there. It was hilarious, dude. Oh my god.
Do you think that he like read it and then knew what it was and was like, "This is a good joke," and went through with it? Or did he just read it?
He just read it. Yeah, I think he just read it, and then after he got partway through it, he was like, "Damn it."
That's a good one.
Oh man, that was amazing.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe he read for fun of it.
I would too. I would.
But his reaction looked genuine. His reaction genuinely looked like, "God, like you got me." Okay. So yeah.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus news. This is going to be a closed beta.
Yes.
It will be on PS4 May 31st. And if you are interested, you can currently apply to be in it. And applications are open for another week.
And it was really cool, too, because Grand Blue Fantasy also let Flo be Major Nelson. He got to reveal 2 characters on his stream today.
I don't know what happened.
No, he got to reveal characters
on
his stream. Yeah, he did.
You're actually serious?
I'm serious. He got to reveal 2 characters on his stream today.
What?
Yeah, he did. They gave it to him to reveal. Yeah, so just like Major Nelson revealing...
You're not joking right now.
I'm not joking.
And who did he announce? I totally missed this.
Well, he got to play 2 character trailers or something. It was like the first character trailers or something like that. Yeah.
Gameplay of already announced characters. Well, that's still very cool.
Yeah. It's still, they let him premiere something.
Wow, that's very cool.
He got to premiere something, so that's actually cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So there you go.
So if you are interested in playing the game in its beta, like I said, applications are open and will be for another week, so get in there. Mm-hmm. Also, Daigo and Fudo will be playing it.
Daigo is also learning the hitbox.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that's a smart player.
And he actually even said, I think on a stream, he was like, I feel like this is cheating.
Yeah, it is. You should do it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should be, I've been on this for a while. But yeah, they're both CYG, BST, right? Cygames Beast players, so they're going to be playing the video game, at least at the start. I don't know what their commitments will be, but it was announced that they're going to have a match.
Okay.
Also, I hope it's pronounced La Diva, or it could be La Diva.
Okay.
I don't know. Is coming. She looks like a huge grappler, which I'm cool with.
Oh, nice.
That's my kind of character.
Okay.
Yes, you know.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I've recently decided that that's my kind of character.
Grapplers are your kind of character?
Grapplers are my kind of characters.
Okay.
Correct. That's right. Yeah, I don't know.
I never would have guessed. You don't seem like a grappler kind of guy to me. So, I feel like you're about girls with big swords.
Well, I could be if they had command grabs or were zoning. Actually, yeah, I played new.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not quite the same.
That totally counts.
It's not the same
She's
thing.
a girl with swords.
Yeah, but it's swords. I'm talking about like one sword that you kind of go up to people and attack. It's a different thing. It's a completely different thing.
Fine.
Completely different thing.
Anyway, she looks cool. I mean, the animation in the game is cool. It's very pretty. The frame rate is like obviously intentionally slow, but it's really slow. I don't know. I'm not sure what I think about it. Like, look at it.
I mean, it's the whole Guilty Gear thing, right? They're purposely skipping.
But don't you think
frame.
it's like even more than Gear?
No, it's about the same.
Is
actually.
it really?
Yeah,
oh man,
it is
I feel
about
like it's
the same.
like pretty. Well, all right. Anyway, it's a very pretty game despite that. Okay. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I will of course give it a try as I do with all new games.
Okay. Also announced, coming to the Switch, Under Night, In Birth, EXE Late CL-R.
Okay.
Or CL-R.
Minus.
That's what they said. They're balancing out the plus R from Guilty Gear.
Was there ever any explanation as to why it was called plus R?
Oh, plus R? No clue.
Okay.
No clue. It's just Arxis being Arxis right now. Some people want to call it Uniclear. I've heard Unuclear, or I've heard Unclear. I've heard all sorts of things, but I do like Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch is great.
Cool Ranch is actually pretty good. So
why don't people just call it Under Night?
I know, at this point, just call it Under Night and just not even deal with the rest of it.
Like, I guess if you need to be specific, you can say Under Night CL-R or something. But like when people will often say BBCF, but they also often just say BlazBlue.
A lot of people I also hear just say CF.
Yeah, CF as well. Mm-hmm. But also not uncommonly BlazBlue. Mm-hmm. And you know which game you're talking about because it's whatever the current one is.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And if you want to talk about the ones from behind, you will say CT or whatever.
It's true. A lot of people do say Uni.
Yeah, I've heard Uni. That's right. Yeah, I have heard Uni a lot.
So there you go.
But there's no other additional information about this game. In fact, the only way that we know it exists is that it was given a rating by the Taiwan Digital Game Rating Committee.
But I think that's cool because more games need to be on the Switch. All fighting games just need to be on the Switch.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, poor David. He was trying to download it on the Switch before we got on the Texas Showdown flight. And it got to 97%. And we couldn't get any signal on his phone at the airport. And he missed it.
I flew to Texas at 97%. And
you got to use mine a little bit, though.
That's true, I did. I appreciate that. But yeah, that was a bummer.
Trolled by life, yeah.
You know, that happens sometimes. I'm glad that it all worked out for the fight back.
Before we get to community news, I want to add some more stuff about the best fighting game to release in the last couple of weeks.
All
which is,
right.
of course, Flappy Fighter on the iPhone. Dude, you know, it's interesting. It's actually a really interesting study. It's like the combo system in it is actually really well done.
Really?
There's nothing to it right now. You can just fight the computer all day, or there's a training mode. So you know me, I'm just going to be in training mode all day. I'm actually surprised, like, the way that it was created, I feel like the guy really distilled a lot of the fighting game stuff down to a really smart science on mobile platform.
You say distilled?
Yeah, Like, for example, there's no jump in the game. There's just a button that just makes you jump and kick.
Oh, wow.
And it just works as the cross-up or the forward jump.
Okay.
It just works as both, right? And so like, why make it so you have a virtual joystick where you have to hit up or whatever? It's just hit a button, he jump and kicks, right? I mean, why not? So, you know, and then the Tatsu goes backwards, so it's like a backwards jump instead, you know, and I don't know. They even have proximity normals in it.
Really?
Like, one button is either jab or a fireball.
Oh,
so you can go so you can link jab, 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 jab into fireball, because if you chain it, you can do a fireball. But if you're full screen away, every time you hit it, it's a fireball no matter what.
Right.
Like, he just distilled a lot. Like, I don't know.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
I'm actually having a lot of fun with it, just like trying to find combos in it. So
very interesting. Okay.
It's actually pretty. I was surprised. And to be honest with you, the Flappy Fighter creator contacted me too. He's like, "Have you tried my game yet?" Mm-hmm. Right? And I was like, "Not yet." And I tried it, and I was like, "Dude, I can't lie. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with it." So, you know, so just for full disclosure, the guy definitely talked to me, and but I had seen a whole bunch of other people playing it, including High Fight, and I was just like, "Why is this game so entertaining?"
That's so cool, man. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Is it out for Android? Or no?
No, not on Android yet. Although it's coming, according to his Twitter, I think. Okay. He says it's coming at some point in time. So there you go. I still play FFRK every day. Have not stopped. Although I haven't been able to do all the hard stuff yet. Like, I haven't beaten a single 5-star Magicite yet because I've been traveling so much and I just don't have time to experiment on those fights. I haven't been able to build up the right teams for that. It's a very deep game, dude. It actually really is a very deep game.
No, I'm not ripping on it.
I see your head shaking right now.
It's just because you play it so much, that's all.
I do. Okay. Anyways, community news.
Community stuff.
Core
cool videos up.
Came out with some video. Came out with a new analysis video. For a long time, he hasn't had one, so it was really cool to see him come out with one. And it was really, really well done.
Agreed.
It was a really, really good video. Very good for explaining fighting games to players at a very high level, from a 3,000-foot level.
Overhead view kind of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's about, nominally anyway, about button mashing. Mm-hmm. And, like, why not to button mash?
Yeah. I mean, it was a good way to hook people in.
Yes.
But then it just became...
But then it's just like the initial fighting game 101. Mm-hmm, like, it was... Mm-hmm. I thought when I saw the title that it was just going to be about mashing.
Yeah.
But then, it was everything.
Yeah,
all the little fundamentals.
In
very small bites and very, very nicely minimized into getting all the important stuff, most important stuff, and yet doing it quickly and entertainingly.
14 minutes, yes.
And with a lot of nice editing as per usual.
Of course. Yeah, I mean...
It was great. I highly recommend the view.
He's really talented, and just a chance to plug myself, I've been starting a new series called Fighting Game Dictionary, in which actually some of the stuff that I mean, it's funny, too, because before I even released it, I sent it to Gerald. I've sent all my videos to Gerald. Nice. I've just been like, hey, what's your opinion on this? On the first video, he really gave me a lot of feedback that helped a lot.
Nice.
And everything like that. And he was like, this is so funny because I'm not talking about the neutral in my video too and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, more the merrier, right? I mean, let's just throw out as much as it can. So, I've been doing my own content. If you go to youtube.com/UltraChenTV, I'm starting this whole series called Fighting Game Dictionary, where I force myself to explain a term in 90 seconds or less, so I don't overdo it. And I don't know. I think the first 2 came out really well. I really like them. So I'm working on the 3rd one as we speak.
Cool.
And they are part of my Patreon goals now because I have my own Patreon. So if you guys want to check that out, that's patreon.com/jchensor. So I have my own Patreon now. So if you want to support, we still have the Ultra Chen TV Patreon. Obviously, you know, if you support Ultra Chen TV, then that goes to equipment and all this stuff over here. If you support my Patreon, that just goes to me being able to eat and live.
A worthy cause.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So.
All right. But unfortunately, Gerald said that video was demonetized.
Mortal Kombat.
Is that why?
He had like 3 seconds of Mortal Kombat in there.
That's why?
Maximilian pinged him and was like, "Do you have Mortal Kombat in there?" And he was like, "I have like 3 seconds of Mortal Kombat in there." And Maximilian was like, "That might be why."
Oh, it's not a good platform, folks. It's not.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. I mean, in my fighting game dictionary stuff, I want to put in as much MK stuff in there as I can too, but I can't. Like, I'm scared that they're going to get demonetized.
Dude, I mean, on our channel, the few
So
videos...
Maximilian's here too, yeah.
Oh, what up, Max? Yeah. Yeah, the few videos that we have, that I put up, that are about MK, that have gotten over like 15 or 20K views, they're demonetized.
Yeah, Max actually said, just keep beating up on Devora because she has blue blood. So anytime you want to do, just make her the training dummy, and you have a higher chance of not getting demonetized because she has blue blood.
Well, I mean, you gotta play against people and stuff, and that's... Anyway, yeah, it sucks.
That's ridiculous, dude, and that's kind of sucks, so... Oh, man.
Well, anyway, I highly recommend checking out that video. The title of it was... Analysis, why button mashing doesn't work. Wow, I just clicked on it and it says, it wants you to understand. This video may be inappropriate for some users. Then you have to click a box that says, I understand and wish to proceed. That sucks.
You bet your ass I wish to proceed.
Because I watched it just earlier today and I didn't see that on
there. Yeah? Oh,
I don't know if it was just on my... through my little portal.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yikes, that sucks. Anyway, yeah, the name of it is Analysis, Why Button Mashing Doesn't Work.
Dude, High Fight said he's got some song copyright flag and demonetization immediately the day after, too. It's so crazy, dude. It
sucks. It's not a good platform.
Yeah, it's not.
All right. Anything else there on Gerald stuff?
Nope, but another content creator, BornFree, a.k.a. Mark, has been he hasn't put out a lot of content recently.
No.
And then he just put out a video where he kind of talked about why. And he says that he suffers from seasonal depression, especially in New York, because in the wintertime, it's just like the sun just goes away and it's why they say that Seattle has as much coffee as it does, because they need to counter the rain.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's actually said that's why Seattle is so big on coffee, because they use the caffeine as a counter to how depressed you get in Seattle. Seattle has the highest rate of suicide because of how much it rains over there, because it's always dark. So I feel... I think Mark probably suffers from similar kind of situation here. And so he put this video out, and he says that he's having trouble making money on this. I mean, I've talked about it, but I don't have it anywhere near as bad as he does, because he has to spend his own money to fly out to events, to not earn any guaranteed money, to record interviews, to put it on YouTube, which might get demonetized because YouTube is YouTube, right? I mean, like, it is rough in the world for him. So that's what I heard, Curly W. That's definitely what I have, unless you're talking about something else. Alaska's suicide rate? I mean, it would make sense because it's the same thing. It's the lack of daytime, right? So, but he says that he wants to see if he can find a way to get to Southern California, if he can move out here, which is not even as simple as it sounds, because you come to Southern California and all of a sudden you need to earn like 5 times as much money as you normally do to live there, except he's coming from New York, which is the only place that can actually do that. So,
and depending on where you live in SoCal, it can be not ridiculously expensive if you don't want to live in LA itself. But anyway, and he also talked about how, like we were just saying, YouTube kind of sucks, and how money from it is not guaranteed, and you can work for many hours on a project and it might make $0, whether because nobody wants to watch it or because it gets demonetized due to whatever.
Yeah.
Total caprice. I mean, as a user, you have very little recourse.
It's like I said, I talked about this before here, you know, and I've talked about it on Twitter, but it's like, you know, he makes good quality content. I kind of hinted at this last week too, where I said if Event Hub switched over to analytical, strategic articles that they would lose viewership. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, you had an hour and 43 minutes of Pikachu dancing. And that got 7 million views.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's a pretty... I don't know if that's a good example. It's a funny example, but...
Yeah, but
it was linked by...
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and nobody watched it for more than a minute, and then you skip through, and you were like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but still.
It's not, I mean, I get the joke, but I think it's not a very good example.
But there's other things that will go viral, right? Yeah. And it's just the amount of work you put into content doesn't necessarily ever equal what you get out of it. So, yeah. And so High Fight says he makes a lot of YouTube videos and he doesn't think he's making any money off of that either.
No, I mean, for very few people, you know, Max is one who does make money, but I suspect that he feels the same, that it's Twitch is the better platform. Sure. Twitch is something where you can make money I don't know about directly, but you know that you're making it when you make it. Somebody it will pop up and it'll say somebody has subscribed or donated or given you bits or whatever, and you will know that right away if you are somebody who has, you know, if you are a partner.
Hey, Maximilian says he was in the negative for all those assist me's over the years, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy to even hear that.
Yeah, for sure. That's wild. And I know you put an incredible amount of work into that. I remember talking with you about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just not something that you can depend on, really. So Twitch is where the action is, and he's talked about streaming more, and that he's intending to do that.
Yeah, he says he's going to do two things. He's going to go one section where he's just going to make some content, you know, like production content, and then he's going to try a giant block of streaming content and see if that can help him and basically allow him to continue doing what he's doing. Otherwise, he's going to go back and just go for a regular job again.
Yeah, that's what he said. So I feel bad for him on that. That is a big bummer. I hope that doesn't happen. I really like his interviews and his little sketches that he's done. I think are very funny. So it would be definitely a loss to the scene, but you know, you got to do what's best for yourself. So course, whatever would work best for him is what I support, of course. And yeah, definitely Max's primary expense during Assist Me was my wardrobe, my appearance fee, my gas to get to his place.
You got an appearance fee?
I did. It was huge.
Max?
That's right.
You said nobody else had an appearance fee. What the heck? No. Yeah. Before people think we're serious again, the Kenny Omega thing. Oh, yeah, right? That's right. So, yeah. Jesus.
Look, it's not even a joke. I am Hollywood Ultra David. Oh, man. All right, did you see the other video that he put out, though?
I have not yet. So he finally put out a video where he talked about his depression for about an hour.
Yes. And,
you know, that I want to watch it because obviously that's a topic near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Right? And it's something that a lot of people go through. A lot of people are having this trouble. And, you know, I think, one, it's because we understand the concept of depression a lot better in this day and age. Two, I think social media kind of exacerbates it a little bit.
I think so.
But, you know, it's something that I definitely want to take a watch for and really, you know, see how he's doing and make sure he's okay and everything like that. So.
Oh.
Woo! Thank you. Woo!
Thank you for the bits.
Jason.
Double V56.
Jason. Okay.
It's probably
so the thing about it is too,
or something.
And the one thing that worries me about it too is because I got accused of this as well when I just hit my recent depression thing is like, oh, you're just trying to play up the sympathy culture. You know, you're just trying to get more people to donate to you and sub to you and give you free money by acting like you're depressed or whatever like that, which is complete utter bullshit because, you know, I would have been better off spending that time not lying on my couch with my cat and actually streaming or making content, right? Like, there's no way that I think I can make any money from, you know, sympathy culture. And, you know, I just think that it sucks because I don't think a lot of people understand depression. You know, a lot of people out there still believe it's just something that's, why can't you be happy like me? Which is the number one thing that everybody always says. I've had, my mom suffers from depression as well. My dad does not. And he said that to my mom before. Why can't you just be happy like me? And I was there, fortunately. And I was like, no, that is not a thing. Do not say that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not like that's...
Woo!
Wow,
woo!
thanks for the bits.
Thank you, Sagata Fran.
That's not... Everybody who has had a depressive episode has thought, why can't I just feel better?
Right.
That you're not like, it's not some
Crispy.
news.
Woo!
Thanks, Crispy. Woo.
What is that? Is that an ice cream? Oh, it's a cupcake. Okay.
Dang,
With
cool.
candles on it.
Yeah, anyway, that's
Crispy loves us.
Yeah. Yeah. His video I thought was well done. I didn't watch the whole thing yet. I'm about 45 into it.
Okay.
He talked at the start, he wanted to make it clear that this is something that affects different people differently.
Yes.
And then he talked about his kind of background with it and a little bit of his life story. He talked about some of his thoughts about healthcare and some of the experiments that he's done to try to figure out what to do. Meds, diet, exercise, sort of all that sort of stuff. And I haven't yet gotten to the wrap-up phase of things.
Okay.
But yeah, very much worth a watch, if for nothing else than to sort of try to understand where somebody else is coming from. Depression's been a big issue in my life as well.
Yeah.
I'm mostly out of it, but every
That's
once
good.
in a while it comes back big time. It came back big time earlier this year, and just for a while, and it was not like that permanently. But yeah, I mean, it's for me, it's not sad. It's not sadness. If I feel sad, then I know I'm not depressed, because depression is for me the lack of any feeling.
Oh, that's right. You've told me this before.
I'm not happy and I'm not sad. I'm just nothing at all.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear that.
It makes
Nathan.
me so happy.
I hope that you feel better.
He knows you're depressed, so he came here to cheer you up with the meows.
Yeah, basically it wasn't, I didn't even realize that I had depression, because I was so blah that I didn't realize day to day that like anything was changing or was wrong. It was very, very difficult to notice. Basically it wasn't until I met my wife that I like realized that like, I'm not, like I don't feel very strongly about her, but
right,
like I should.
Right.
This is before we got married. I want to point out.
Okay. For
and
sure.
and then I did like the kind of introspection of like, why don't I feel anything about her? I should. She's great. And then I realized that something else is going on.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of thing. And without that, that was 8 years ago, and maybe I would still be in it if I hadn't done that. Was the lucky situation for me.
Yeah, I mean, full disclosure, I've been on antidepressant medication for over a decade already. I've been taking antidepressants for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And before I took them, a thought would creep into my head and it would cripple me for like 5 days. Like I would just think about it and I would never stop thinking about it. It would just kill me the whole entire time. I've just had like nervous breakdowns and stuff of just going nuts. Since I started taking it, it's kind of lowered it to about 5 hours, which is a lot better than 5 days, right? But now when something happens, I'll just be like upset, but I can get myself out of it a little bit, and then I can move on and do something else. I can actually inspire myself.
Okay.
Of course, I'm only taking one level of dosage, and it gets worse and better sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes it's not enough, sometimes it's better, or whatever like that. But again, the reason why I talk about it is because I don't think there's anything to be ashamed about.
I agree with you,
I think
of course.
It's something that you should help to fix you, you know what I mean? And yeah, cats have helped a lot, trust me. They do.
Well, I know they have. Too. They definitely help. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, it's very nice. I've been on and off meds myself. I'm currently off. And
cool.
hopefully things will continue to go well, but there's always that chance. There's a link, although I don't know if there's causality that's been explained, between the hypermobility issues and depression.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
There's a link.
Okay, so a lot of the exercising and the physical therapy might be helping.
I mean, it just does anyway. Like physical.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've always felt better when I've worked out.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like as far as the underlying causes go, whatever the issue is that's causing hypermobility may also be causing depression. Although, like I said, haven't read that there's causation.
Did BornFree's cat jump up and give him a big hug?
Yes, it did. It was great. Yes.
Dude, when I came back from this trip from Texas Showdown, Jasmine was just like sitting there and just like nudging me all day, and she seemed so happy I was home and everything like that, dude. It's great, dude. No, I mean, it's not even old school FGC, Peter 0611. This is just old school days. People didn't understand depression.
Yeah, not just fighting games,
it's just the world. It's
being
just
alive
world.
20 years ago, you didn't speak about it. Yeah.
Right. People just don't know what it is about depression. People really thought it was just, why don't you be happy?
Yeah.
Get over it. Kind of. Look how much people have it worse than you. That's the second number one thing that everybody always tells you in depression. And usually, I've been very open about depression. I've had a lot of people DM me. And again, my DMs are always open. And a lot of people message me and they're like, you said you've left your DMs open in case I'm depressed. Yeah. I've had random people hit me up. And, number one thing I tell everybody is if you're depressed, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah,
because that's the biggest spiral is when you're depressed. A lot of people are like, I shouldn't be depressed. Listen to what people say. Everyone does have it worse than I do. Why am I depressed? And then you just get more depressed, right? But if you realize that being depressed, there's nothing wrong with it. That, yes, that's just a thing that people go through and it happens, and you shouldn't beat yourself up about it. But you can take steps to get away from it. I don't want to say that there's nothing wrong with you because obviously you don't want to be depressed. But you can take steps to fix it. And as long as you understand that and understand that to not let people affect how you feel about depression by making you feel like it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing, is it's not wrong to be depressed.
Well, I also want to say that if you're somebody who, I guess like me, didn't feel that you didn't feel things, and maybe without even realizing it that you haven't been feeling things, that may be something that you should speak with a doctor about. That's, like I said, and even now, when I have depressive episodes, I never realize it until it's done. Or until my wife says, are you all right? I don't realize it because
that's cool.
The nature of the way that I experience depression is that I am not feeling.
You become less aware of things.
I'm not aware. My memory isn't there because I don't remember situations from those periods because my brain is not recording things. Literally, it's in one ear, out the other. So if that's something that sounds like an experience that you've had, I'd be happy to talk about it, but whatever help I can be is great, but maybe consider seeing a doctor.
I mean, one of the things that Cat 42 talks about.
It's anhedonia. That's what goes on for me.
Oh, okay. The internet is a double-edged sword because it's not only just that it magnifies dark side, but it also, everybody who's posting on social media tries to post the positive stuff, and so you see. Here's your friend with their girlfriend, and it's wonderful. Here's this person going on this awesome trip. They're visiting Switzerland, and you're like, oh my God, like you're seeing all, like me, for example, like, hey, I'm in Spain.
Right.
Hey, I'm hanging out over here. I got to fly to here, and it's like, this looks amazing, right? Yeah, but like when you see that from people, it's just like, you're just like, everybody's so happy and my life sucks. Right. You know what I mean? I've told people.
Meanwhile, the guy in Spain is having a depressive episode, right?
I did when I was in Spain. I literally had a depressive episode when I was in Spain at one point in time. Yeah. I've already told people, if you see me posting all about my cats on Twitter all of a sudden, that's because I've deleted 5 tweets already and I just want to tweet something. And so I just start tweeting about my cats.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That happens a lot. Like I just write up this super depressed, like I'm just super depressed and I'm just like, delete, take a picture of my cat. Here's me and my cat snuggling, and then that's it. So that happens a lot of times.
Gotcha.
So,
dang.
Yeah. It's a tough thing to deal with, but again, the best thing to learn is that you're not alone.
Yeah. And
that you are not wrong for feeling that way. You know what I mean? You need to have that understanding that, like I said, if you find somebody who says other people have it worse than you do, like what about all the people in Africa, or why can't you just be happy? Stop talking to them. They have no clue what's going on with your brain. Find somebody who does understand it and can talk to you. And like I said, my DMs are open. I'm sure your DMs are open as well. Hit either of us up. We understand. And we bring this up because I've told Mark the same thing. I was like, BornFree, I told him the same thing. I was like, anytime you want to talk, like I'm in the same position as you are. I understand a lot of the steps. So
yeah. Yeah, and again, it takes a different form for everybody. So if like what he's describing sounds like something that happens to you, then hit him up, or vice versa.
Yeah. So
or BornFree. He said he would be willing to talk.
Urkic Man actually brings up a really good point. What if it's my dad? What if it's the dad that's saying like, why can't you just be happy or whatever like that? Then you just don't take it to heart. You understand that he doesn't understand it. Don't run. You can't run away from him, but understand he doesn't understand it. Try not to engage in him with the full conversation. Maybe even lie to him at some point and just be like, okay, sure, no problem. But find someone who does understand it. But don't let them poison you. That's the main thing, is don't let them guilt you into feeling depressed. That to me is the number one thing, is that don't feel guilty about being depressed. And that I think is always like the number one step to getting better, to getting out of that kind of thing. A lot of time that's how I get myself out of my funk. If I'm feeling depressed, I just let myself feel depressed for that little period of time. Find a professional or go on some meds. If you can fix your heart, if you can fix your blood rate, if you can fix your blood sugar with medicine, it's bad to be in a medicine culture, especially with the way the healthcare system works and everything like that. But your brain is probably the scariest one,
You're a pile of meat.
Yeah.
Your brain is an organ just in the same way that your other organs are, and it can have issues. And it may not just be your brain. There may be other things going on in your body that send signals to your brain that may not be doing you any favors either.
Exactly.
So, you have to treat it in the same kind of way, and nothing to be ashamed of.
Yep.
You wouldn't be ashamed if you had a cough.
Yeah, absolutely.
You shouldn't be if you are.
Yeah, but again, I'm also of the belief too, because a lot of people talk about family it's a different thing, but like there are some people who just can't do anything about their family.
Yeah.
You can try talking to your dad, and if he's like the kind of person that can understand it, then that's great. But if he's not the kind of person, because he grew up in an age where there is a toxic masculinity, right? Where guys aren't allowed to feel sad, or they're not allowed to show emotions. And if that's just been beaten into him, and you're not going to be able to convince your dad of thinking differently, then just you have to detect that early on and make sure that you don't try to push it too much. So, yeah, Dad didn't understand, especially my mom. She was just like, pray to Jesus and it'll be fine. I had to explain to my dad what is going on. My mom never came around, though. Yeah. Like I said, there is a situation where you might not even be able to get either of them to come around. And if that's the case, I wouldn't force it. You know what I mean? Just don't let their words poison your own soul, basically. So, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear everybody in the chat who has experienced similar things or their own kind of experiences with depression, or people who don't understand it. That's a bummer. I hope that you guys can.
But see, this is the important thing, is how many people in the chat are talking about it. Because all of a sudden we're open to talk about it. Right. Because we understand it, and we're in an environment right now where we're not actually going to have people judge each other in the chat. Because if someone does that, they're getting their ass banned real fast, right? For sure. And so that's just the thing, is like, I think it's really, really important, because now you see all these people talking about it and you realize everybody's going through this, and that helps a lot. That helps a lot. Like, I'm getting emotional here myself too. So I will.
Thanks to Caramel Jenkins for the subscription. Much obliged. Yeah. And then thank you to Wheat Lad for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Yeah. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, very nice. I appreciate it. So there you go. So. Yeah. And a lot of the times, again, when people believe that depression isn't a real thing, it's just one, they don't experience it, so it's hard for them to understand it. Or two, they were just put into a position where you're not allowed to be depressed. Yeah. And again, it's not like, I don't see those people as like toxic, or like you don't have to hate your dad or mom if they don't believe in that kind of thing. Just understand the way that, like I said, I always bring up this example of, Kinsey is a famous guy who really kind of broke the door down on a lot of the sexual, falsehoods out there, right? And I still remember talking to my grandma one time, and we were talking about some girl that we knew, and she was like, oh, she sleeps around a lot? Oh, the more people you sleep with, the less likely you can have a kid. And I just looked at my grandma, I was like, that is 100% not true. I was like, there's no truth to that, you know? and it's just that generation, though, was just taught that so strongly that they're not going to change their mind.
Yeah,
you know?
And it may not be from a position of malice that they say things like that, just ignorance.
Right, exactly.
Quite a different thing.
Yeah, it's exactly. So, again, you just have no, like, sometimes, and that's the thing, is you don't want to see people who are against you as being venomous or poisonous to you, you know what I mean? So, there you go. Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of the opposite.
Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's kind of the opposite. So, because I really don't think your body, you know, stores the unique ID of your partner, so that it can recognize the next time.
Wow.
You know, really don't think that's happening.
I don't think that's happening either.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well.
Oh yeah, Shay. I mean, I hope you're in a good place right now.
Yeah.
So I hope you're in a better place right now.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, again, James and I are both down to talk whenever.
Absolutely. I just had someone hit me up very recently to talk to me about some situations, and you know, I was down to help them and everything. You know, even to the point saying that I'm probably not the best person to talk to. You should probably try to find some, you know, family counseling and stuff like that. You know, because I don't want to give bad advice.
Dude,
I am definitely not licensed.
No,
so.
I am no expert in advice, but I can definitely listen.
Yeah, exactly. But see, it's wonderful because everybody in the chat reaching out to Shay right now, saying, you know, come talk to me. I've been there, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, everybody's gone through this kind of thing, and you know, it's really awesome to see everybody, you know, reaching out to each other and helping.
Shay went to a professional and feels better
now.
So
Yeah,
I'm glad you're out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Glad to hear. Yeah.
All right.
I can feel the swell of emotion right now. So.
Yeah, for me, it's so the opposite.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird.
I mean, that's just the thing.
It's a weird mechanism, man.
I am an emotional person
brain.
overall. I'm always emotional, whether I'm happy or I'm sad. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Which is like I've always said. I always loved that movie, Punch Drunk Love, because that was it was weirdly it's an Adam Sandler art movie.
Okay.
Essentially, it's an artist, a good movie maker. Really loves Adam Sandler films, and so he's like, I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah.
And so he made it, and it's like super, super good because the character, like Adam Sandler is always like raging or whatever in his movies, but he took it to that level where it was like you could tell it was he raged, but when he was happy, he was overly happy and all this stuff. And it's a really good movie. It's a really good movie. I mean, it is Adam Sandler's best movie, clearly. I think.
Interesting.
So, yeah. And of course, it has probably one of the greatest Philip Seymour Hoffman scenes ever. So, on the phone, you guys know what I'm talking about. So, such a great scene.
Thanks, Young Jay.
Yeah, thanks, Young Ju.
Young Ju, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. So, yeah, if anybody needs any help, you know, find the people that out there that will listen and be able to talk to you about it. So. There you go.
Cool.
Sorry, I didn't know that this was going to kind of take this turn, but I mean, it's an important topic. I mean, BornFree, like I said, he's affected by this a lot, and you know, and I really hope that he can find success in this, and find success in the content that he's creating and everything.
Yep.
So, hope he can get out here to SoCal as well. So
earlier in the chat, I saw Max saying that he feels that the kind of content that BornFree is making, and even that Core Gaming is making, is not really sustainable on YouTube. That kind of thing, I mean, he didn't expand on it too much, but I mean, I assume that it's because that kind of thing is not dependable in terms of making money, in terms of its remaining monetized, in terms of how much effort you have to put into it in the first place in order to try to make money out of it. And so he's been doing daily gaming stuff, which makes total sense to me.
I mean, it's kind of the reason why I started doing the fighting game dictionary stuff, because they're 1.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Right there, the second one was much faster to make than the first one, so I'm just getting better at what I'm trying to do and stuff. And then also, it's kind of evergreen, right? As long as fighting games exist, people are going to be wondering what the neutral is and what frames are and stuff like that. So that was kind of the idea for making those videos and testing that out to see if that would actually continue getting views as time rolled on, to see how that worked. Plus, another thing is it's designed for ADD YouTube browsing. I mean, it's just the way you see what is neutral, and you see it's 1 minute 48 seconds long. You're like, okay, I can watch 1 minute 48. kind of things like that. So
yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see if it works.
Definitely. But yeah, in the meantime, I mean, we have, I don't know how many hundreds of videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know at this point. And we tend to stream like 4 times a week. I mean, a month. Although I have been streaming more often. But when we were only doing 4 streams per month, basically every Tuesday, we got more money from Twitch than we did from YouTube. From 4 times per month versus all the content that's on our YouTube channel. Now, we don't have a giant YouTube channel. It's only like 25 or 30,000 subscribers, something like that. It's not huge. But still, that's a huge difference in effort.
Exactly.
It's a huge difference.
It's a weird thing. I mean, Twitch, don't get us wrong. Twitch comes with its own issues in terms of earning, right? I mean, you hear Saigon talk about a lot, like he goes and travels to an event, and then he loses 50 subscribers in that weekend, and kind of thing like that. Like, the fact that, there was that news that Ninja wasn't going to eat he wasn't going to eat with the camera on during Ramadan, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he says if he's ever eating on stream, he's going to turn the camera off, right? Cute. And then I just thought to myself, I was like, does that mean he just has the camera on and he's just streaming like constantly? It
might imply that.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the hell, right? And like, that's how you become successful.
That sounds horrible.
And like, I was just like, I don't think I could do kind of stuff like that, right? So I don't think I could just sit here and stream. Although I have joked about streaming, like after I'm done streaming, of when I'm lying down on my couch and my cats are crawling all over me, and everybody in the chat is always like, please do. Yeah. I might actually try that one of these days. We'll see. Yeah, the Dulcim experience that David did. You will not believe what this yoga master did to himself. With the David face up.
Yeah, YouTube is a weird one, that's for sure.
Able Nation, I stream games on my stream. David streams games on Ultra Chen TV all the time.
Yeah, I thought about trying to make one for Ultra David, like a kind of channel, but why?
Yeah.
We have this.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is when I started, that was when Sajam and Tasty Steve were still there, and we're like, let's all build our own channels and do it. And then I started that, and I was just it'd be too late to go away. If it's going, So yeah, exactly. James and Cat stream. All right, I'll try it one of these days. I'll see what happens, dude.
Yeah.
I'll just do an IRL stream where I'm just lying there and talking to the stream and playing with my cats and stuff like that. Because a lot of times after the stream ends, I'll lie on the couch, and that's when Nathan jumps on my chest and does the cat loaf and just sits there like that on my chest.
Good old cat loaf. That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been watching a ton of YouTube videos from Central Washington University, in which geology professor Nick Zentner discusses the geology of the Pacific Northwest. And I highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like I have enough time to even just, like, watch all the replays of tournaments and stuff, so...
They're, like, hour-long videos, and I just, like... I mean, it's when I'm doing stuff. I'm cleaning the cat litter, right? I'm vacuuming the house, like, stuff like that.
Right,
like,
yeah, okay. With headphones, then, basically. Headphones. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think that's... it's been a lot of fun listening to that stuff. Okay. I don't know anything about geology, and I've always thought it'd be cool to know stuff, so I've been grinding it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What? Oh, I'm just saying the title. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as the politics-focused stream goes, I'm not sure I have enough to say.
Really?
Okay, another way to phrase it is, I'm very opinionated, but maybe not on... I don't know that much stuff. I casually know a lot, honestly. I feel in my casual knowledge is very high, but my expertise is like a few things.
Dude, I know what it sounds like now when I talk about my own Mortal Kombat skills. Let me tell you when we're hanging out, okay? Like, David will just bring up this thing about something and have all this information. I just read a book about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? Oh, my God.
That's true. I guess, Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a matter of perspective. Like, I feel that I am definitely an expert in some things. I'm definitely an expert in some areas of the law, some fighting games. Like, I feel that I know what it is to be a true expert in some arenas. I've been watching a lot of Nick Zentner on YouTube, and I'm not a geology expert.
But see,
you know?
I mean, this is the whole thing. This is the exact parallel of how I am with fighting games. Because I know what it's like to know a lot about fighting games and be good. Yeah. Which is why I think I suck at everything right now, because I know I don't know a lot. You know.
Well, I mean, I think that I'm not very good either, but I judge it by the fact that I used to win tournaments. Right. And I'm not doing that now.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. I have been reading a lot lately, though.
More vindication. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been...
Dude, right, Crispy? Wake up jumps? Oh, my God. Oh.
It's Mortal Kombat, man.
Yeah, I know, because like it was funny. I forgot who it was. I think it was Scar that we were talking to at the airport, and he was just like, "Yeah, this character gets away with just holding up on neutral, like on wake up." And I was like, "What is this thing that like jumping on your wake up in NRS games?" But I guess it's a thing. So,
dude, how many times did Deoxys at Texas Showdown do a slight delay wake up just so that the first hit of the opponent's string would whiff by a frame and then wake up with stand out? So many times. That game has so many defensive options. You really have to be specific about it.
Can you change the timing of the delayed wake up?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you can hold the button or not.
But I thought there was only 2 times. I thought there was only like the short or the long.
It hasn't been like that in the past. Let me know if it's not. Maybe it's different now, but I've assumed it was the same way that it's been previously, where you can basically do it in different timings.
Okay, I'll test it out. Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll test it out when I get home anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot lately, though. I've been reading The Color of Law. It's been good, basically about how the United States government enforced segregation nationwide, not just in some areas. That's been really cool. I've been reading a book about the World War I Treaty of Versailles. That's been really deep.
Yeah, every time we're sharing a room at an event, David always has this book on the nightstand, and I look at that, and then I'm like looking at my phone, and I just playing Record Keeper, and I'm like,
that's why I'm always like,
damn it.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about how to maximize my holy chain on fighting the Dark Magicite.
Look, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to rip on the game. The other book that I just read was about Truman and MacArthur. It was good.
Where can you learn everything about fighting games, Able Nation? YouTube.com/UltraChenTV. Look up all
Bird.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was like the perfect time.
Oh, I wasn't ready. Okay. Anyways, thanks guys for tuning in and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode and stuff. And again, sorry, I'm going to shill my Patreon. Check that out, patreon.com/jchensor. And then also ultrachen.tv/jchensor. We'll do some group sessions with people. I'll do some group sessions with people. I have my rewards.
Wait, did you mean patreon.com/ultrachentv?
Isn't that what I said?
No, but it's all right. Yeah.
What did I say?
You said ultrachentv.jchensor or something like that?
Oh, oops,
anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
I got the point.
Yeah. But like one of the rewards is like I'll record you like a 10-second voice clip. Another one is you can give me a 30-second clip and I'll commentate it. I don't care what it is, as long as it's safe for work.
That's funny. Okay, that's cool.
There you go. So, okay. Anyways, thanks guys for tuning in.
Bird 'em.
There you go.
I'm also streaming on this channel pretty regularly in the morning Pacific time. Mostly Mortal Kombat lately, but I'll probably settle down to do Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 5.
Suck my nuts, assholes. Seriously. That's all it's gonna be. Alright, guys.
Alright, later, y'all. The lore on the bird song is that we've already forgotten the lore on the bird song.
Someone reminded me, actually, of the lore of the bird song, which is, I just had it set to one of my alarms, and it went off right at the end of a show, and then we were like, we should just close and that's it. Like,
wow.
That's all that happened, so. Okay, so anyways.
Later.